Live from the Maverik Center in West Valley City, it's Utah Grizzlies hockey, as it's the second of a three-game series between the Grizzlies and the Rapid City Rush. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. It's the second game of the set, as the Grizzlies on Wednesday night got a 4-2 victory as they got an outstanding performance from Trent Miner, who stopped 32 of 34. And the Grizzlies got goals from four different forwards, including Alex Bocage, who scored in his Grizzlies debut. And Ryan Sandlin got his first goal in a Grizzlies uniform. Sandlin has spent the majority of the season with the AHL's Colorado Eagles, and Bocage has spent 2.5 seasons with the Colorado Eagles. He's a former third-round pick by the Colorado Avalanche, and he's in the last of a 3-year NHL entry-level deal with the Avalanche. So watch out for both Sandlin and Bocage here tonight. Also watch out for Brandon Cutler, who has 15 goals and 12 assists this season. Cutler is third on the team in points. Also watch out for Brett Stapley, who has a point in 12 of his last 13 games. Grizzlies held a slight shot edge, 38-34 on Wednesday night, and they came away with a 4-2 victory. You mentioned Sandlin and Bocage got goals. Grizzlies also got goals from Adam Berg, who scored in the first period, and Tyler Penner scored what turned out to be the game winner 10:30 into the second period. We'll see what happens here tonight. It looks like a good crowd is filing in here to Maverik Center. And remember, Saturday is going to be an action-packed game as well, as it's going to be Guns and Hoses Day with 3 charity games starting at 12:30, leading up to the Grizzlies game at 7 o'clock. Get your tickets right now while they're still available, as we're expected to have a sellout by the time we hit Saturday night. Well, it should be a fun crowd here, and if you're in the West Valley area, come on down to Maverik Center and enjoy some Grizzlies hockey with us. If not, we got the game right here on Flow Sports for the video feed and YouTube for the audio portion of the broadcast. That's your homes for Grizzlies hockey all season long. When we come back to the Grizzlies pregame report, we'll talk with Tim Broussard and get his thoughts on what's going to happen here tonight, as we got a good goaltending matchup, as Trent Miner will get the start for the Grizzlies. Rapid City for the second straight game is going to go with Connor Murphy. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our families' tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Welcome back to Maverik Center. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Tim Broussard, Grizzlies insider. Tim, Wednesday night was a team effort by the Grizzlies. Only Mick Messner had a multiple-point game with 2 assists. And really for the Grizzlies, that's been the formula for success as of late, as they were 8-5 in their last 13 games.
They talk about guys coming down from the AHL and making an immediate impact. Just from top to bottom, Miner standing on his head. The whole game was a success, and it was fun to see, because you knew it was going to be a chess match between the two coaches, between Burt and Kanasowicz, and it did not disappoint at all. I'm really looking forward to tonight's matchup.
You can tell that Alex Bocage was excited to play on Wednesday. A little bit of a bigger role than he would normally play with Colorado, with as many good forwards as the Eagles have, and he really stepped up big. And that shot is as advertised. He's got a lethal one. Yeah,
he's NHL-type shot. He doesn't take a lot of room and space to get that off, and the example is coming around the corner here, and he's got 2 Rapid City defensemen draped all over him and stick out an awkward angle, and he still, snipes a laser from the blue line that goes in on Murphy. So I expect he's my first goal for the pick to click, and Optum first goal and everything else. The player of the game, MVP of the year. He still got his first star.
The All-Star game's been passed, but we have an All-Star not as well.
We do. Had he had been here, I'm confident he would have made that level of impact. But seriously, Sandlin also made an impact, and then the role players, Penner and everybody else contributed. That's the exact same type of effort we're going to need tonight to get the same result.
Over the last few games, really, that third forward line has come up big. Tyler Penner's really made a good contribution here in the month of January, and Dylan Fitz really played well as well, and Aaron Aragon's stepped up over the last few games as well.
Impressive that Fitz comes back from injury, and then he doesn't even miss a beat. So hats off to him for being in that condition, both physically and mentally ready to play. Aragon, it didn't come out on the winning side of the tilt, but you know what? He stood up for himself and then made an impact on the rest of the game. That's what you want from your third line and your fourth line guys who are coming in to aid is can you hold your own and can you make an impact on the game? And that's exactly what we've gotten from him so far.
A lot of times you talk about those glue guys that emerge every year, and really Adam Berg has turned into that guy. He just plays hard each and every shift, and he's found himself in the right place at the right time many times here lately.
Johnny on the spot. And what that means is his hockey IQ is dialed in to where he knows where the puck is going to be versus where it was at. So his anticipation is just stellar, and that's where he's finding himself in some great opportune moments and opportunities, and he's capitalizing on them. Not necessarily hitting the score sheet every time, but definitely putting pressure on the defense of opposing teams.
Now, I've really been impressed with Cole Gallant. He plays a really strong two-way game, and he made some great passes and great decisions on Wednesday night.
Him and Stapley are definitely the best passers on the team. And you can see it as the game kind of slows down for them, and they're looking ahead and scanning and looking for where they're going to make that pass. And their accuracy and the ability to make an accurate pass while they're being challenged and pressured is off the charts. So I'm looking for both big contributions because honestly, we've been kind of lacking in the passing department. Out of one thing that stands out as needs improvement, it would be team passing. And I think these guys are the ones that can make a difference.
Trent Miner's going to get the start in net once again. He was outstanding in morning skate, and when he needed to make the big saves on Wednesday, he did so. You know what you're going to get from Trent Miner just about every night.
Exactly, and he's the AHL goalie, but arguably with NHL-type talent. The guy has elite footwork and elite rebound control. And if you don't think that's important, you can literally half or maybe even a third of the shots coming in against you just by controlling your rebounds out to somewhere else other than the middle and have another shot coming against you. And you know that the Rapid City forwards and key players are hounding on that. That's what they're wanting. And honestly, their whole first half attack was designed about shoot and then have the sweepers come in and looking for those rebounds. And rarely was there even one to jump on.
Connor Murphy gets to start once again for Rapid City, which is interesting considering that Radomski, who's the backup tonight, started the previous 6 games going into this series.
And if I remember right, you were mentioning that both of them have an AHL type contract. And I am surprised at Murphy because I didn't think he did that well. Maybe it was the pressure, but maybe, hey, this is his opportunity and they'll go with the other one, for tomorrow night's game. But either way, Murphy's okay. He comes out and he challenges like he's supposed to. He plays a very upright angle as the play comes in, then he swoops down. But his timing seems to be a little off, and not sure why that is. But look for the Grizzlies to come in and get a little bit of side to side, that left to right, and then they're going to go high on the shots because he has a tendency when he drops down to cover, he drops his glove and his blocker just a little bit lower than a normal a goalie would on a solid challenge, and there's a little bit more room up top. Kanasowicz is going to notate that, and he's going to put that on the player bench notes off to the side in the locker room for the players as they're coming in on the ice. This is what to watch for.
It's going to be important for the Grizzlies to get off to a fast start tonight. Rapid City's best period throughout the season has been the first. The Grizzlies have struggled a little bit in the first frame.
I got to be careful here because I got accused of jinxing the Grizzlies from last night.
You're pretty much going to say don't let them score the first shift of the game?
I'll go with that. Let's not let the other team score on the first shift. In fact, let's hold them, the first 10 minutes. Let's go 10 minutes of maybe even bring in our centerman back and playing like a third D versus giving a team a 1-0 lead in the first 10 minutes. Let's do something to stop the bleeding and apply a nice healthy tourniquet on there and kind of shore up that middle 10 minutes and get into the middle part of the game. Then we can start throwing some offensive chances at them that maybe we get a little bit more risky.
I'm saying if you win the faceoff, just hold on to the puck, just go behind Trent Miner and hold on to it for 30 seconds. Just let some time roll off.
There you go. Throw it off in the corner and just collapse in on it, dump and chase and all that.
Wesley stands behind the net, throws the center ice, and they dump it in and get off. Good first shift.
Or like we said earlier, we'll just have one guy take the face off and 4 of us line up on the blue line. And like you're not getting past this. It's not going to happen like it did.
It might be a legal formation there to start the game. It'd be unusual for sure.
Unusual, right. Either way, the point is the Grizzlies have to get off to a good start. and it's hard to come back from behind. And this league, they really haven't shown this year that they're that type of a team. And so getting that first goal is all important, and it just sets the tone for the rest of the game. And against a team coached by Scott Burt, you know that you can't just give them an extra point or two to work with.
Well, I guess you're going to go with Bocage as your Optum first goal of the game score.
Incredibly, Tyson, you are so dialed in. Yes, I'm going to go with Bocage.
I think that's because you said it about 5 minutes ago, and somehow I remembered.
Yes, that would be an accurate statement. I'm going to go with Bocage. Who are you going with?
I think I'm going to go with Mick Messner. I think I got Messner scoring Utah's first goal. He's got 10 on the season, which is time for third on the club, and Messner played a good game on Wednesday, and I think he's going to score first.
Always a good choice.
Well, thanks for the time. We'll talk to you first intermission.
Appreciate it, Tyson.
That's Tim Broussard. When we come back, we'll give you the lineups for both teams. We're in business on a Friday night, and you're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice. More amazing food. More value. From huge breakfasts to delicious lunches and hearty dinners, Black Bear Diner has more for you. So get more when you want it, the way you want it, and get it today.
Good old-fashioned family food, Black Bear Diner. Black Bear Diner.
Welcome back to Maverik Center. I'm Tyson Whiting. Let's get to the lineups for both teams. First, for the visiting Rapid City Rush, who are led by third-year head coach Scott Burt. Rush have a record of 17-20-2 this season. They are 9-10-1 on the road. Starting in net is Connor Murphy. He got the start on Wednesday night and stopped 34 of 37 in the loss. Murphy in 13 games has a record of 5-8 with a 3.47 goals against average and .898 save percentage. Matt Radomski is the backup. Before this series, Radomski had started 6 straight games for Rapid City. Scratches, defenseman Chris Parna and former Grizzly Kenton Helgeson, as well as Mason McCarty and TJ Fergus. Starting defensive pairing for the Rush, Tyson Helgeson. His name is my name too. He has 3 goals and 8 assists in 37 games. Helgeson is a physical player who has 75 penalty minutes and 5 fighting majors, and he's a +3 this season. He'll be lined up next to Jared Gorley, who's going to be wearing number 60. Gorley's a big 6'2" and 200-pound defenseman. He's got 5 goals and 6 assists in 15 games and a +3 rating. So starting defensive pairing is Tyson Helgeson and Jared Gorley. Starting forwards, for my money, one of the best forward lines in the league. Brett Gravel has 11 goals and 16 assists in 39 games. He's been with Rapid City for a while. He's got a +7 rating this season. Logan Nelson has 399 professional points. He's looking for .400 here tonight. Nelson is wearing the C for Rapid City. He scored 11 seconds into Wednesday night's game, the last game played by these clubs. Nelson has 13 goals and 21 assists in 37 games. And Alex Aliardi, who has 38 points in 39 games, 13 goals and 25 assists. Aliardi will be wearing number 42. So that's the starting lineup for Rapid City. Rush are going to be wearing a white jersey with a little bit of black and red mixed in, dark numbers, a little bit of red trim. They are affiliated with the Colorado Flames in the NHL and the Calgary Wranglers of the AHL. Did I say Colorado Flames? Calgary Flames of the NHL. In fact, back when the Salt Lake Golden Eagles were on their big run in the late 1980s, they were affiliated with the Calgary Flames. Oh, no, Grisby was walking out the center ice. There was Flames. Grisby just burned the flag as the Grizzlies were coming out. Oh, no, last night Grisby fell down. Tonight he burned his own flag. Grisby, look. Grisby just burned his own flag as Flames were coming out, as he was coming out of the far corner where the Grizzlies are going to defend here in the first period. So Grisby's going to need a new flag. He just burned it in flames. Well, the Grizzlies are wearing a black jersey with white numbers. Trip. So Grisby on Wednesday night fell down. He doesn't have a flag to wave at center ice because he. Oh boy, we're off to a flying start here tonight. Starting in net, it's going to be Trent Miner. Grisby just has to wave his hands back and forth because it doesn't have a flag. So he burned it. Ain't goal for the Grizzlies. Oh, that's just too funny. What's going to happen to Grisby on Saturday? Trent Miner gets the start at net. He's got a 5-5 record. Miner stopped 32 of 34 on Wednesday night. Starting defensive pairing, the captain, Josh Wesley, who's got 8 goals and 8 assists in 29 games. The 8 goals are tied for second in the league. Kyle Mayhew is also going to start out. Mayhew, the all-star representative this year, has 7 goals and 18 assists in 37 games. Too funny what happened to Grisby there. Started also on defense for the Grizzlies will be Quinn Wickers, Keone Teixeira, Jacob Semick, and Jordan Stone. Starting forwards for the Grizzlies. Pretty good forward line. Brett Stapley, who leads the Grizzlies with 25 assists and 34 points. Alex Bokaj, who scored a goal on Wednesday night. Bokaj had 6 shots. And Brandon Cutler, who has 15 goals and 12 assists in 38 games. 8 other defensemen for the 8 other forwards for the Grizzlies here tonight, and we'll go over them as the game progresses. Utah's in a black jersey with white numbers and professional green trim, and Rapid City in a white jersey, dark numbers, and red lettering. We'll come back and have face-off here at Maverik Center, and hopefully Grisby doesn't burn the place, as it looks like we got a good Friday night crowd piled in here on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm. And our lights on. It's the power behind the team. And a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
That's a big crowd here at Maverik Center as the Grizzlies take on the Rapid City Rush. We'll have our national anthem here at Maverik Center, which is performed by the Syracuse Arts Academy. They've got the national anthem here tonight.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice, more amazing food, more value, from huge breakfasts to delicious lunches and hearty dinners. Black Bear Diner has more for you. So get more when you want it, the way you want it, and get it today.
Good old-fashioned family food, Black Bear Diner. Black Bear Diner.
Great night for hockey as two big standings points are on the line as Utah Grizzlies take on the Rapid City Rush in the second of a three-game series. Trent Miner gets the start of net as he puts his helmet on. He stopped 32 of 34 here on Wednesday night. As we're hanging out with Max here at press row, and we're just glad that Grisby didn't burn the place. It was just his flag that burned as he was trying to enter the ice right before the announcement of the starting lineups. As Ryan Knaswich talking with his unit as the Grizzlies have got a starting forward line of Brett Stapley with Alex Bocage and Brandon Cutler. And we have defensively Josh Wesley and Kyle Mayhew. Starting for Rapid City is Logan Nelson, Alex Aliardi, and Brett Gravel. Starting in net's going to be Connor Murphy. He's got a 5-8 record. This will be a second straight start. He's got an AHL contract with the Calgary Wranglers. Referee tonight is Tyler Haskell. He was also there on Wednesday night as he made some controversial calls, including the no goal, blowing the whistle early in the second period. Good crowd here as Rapid City wins the faceoff. Gorley back in his own zone near side. Moves it over to Aliardi. Puck flies off his stick and it bounces just to the left of Miner. Deep in the Grizzlies zone as Cutler to the near side. Moves ahead to Stapley. Gets tripped up. No call. Stapley back to his feet. He gets to Cutler, who gains the line. Cutler throws it to the near corner. Bocage chases after it. Stapley in the area as well. Stapley leads the Grizzlies in assists and points. He feeds it up top. It goes to Rapid City. Aliardi crosses center ice 1-on-2. He'll tap it in off the far boards as Josh Wesley moves it ahead to Bocage, who skates near a Grizzlies bench. He gets it to Stapley. Back to Bocage. Right side. He'll take a righty shot. And it's blocked away by Murphy, and it goes towards the left point. Cutler keeps it in. He gets the Stapley around the net. He throws it to the near circle. It's picked off by Logan Nelson, who skates around his net. As Nelson throws it towards the far side. As the Grizzlies make their first line change of the game, 50 seconds in. As Rapid City changes up as well as Hoffman is out on the ice. Zach Hoffman wearing number 3. He gets to Will Rydell, number 15, back towards Hoffman. He flings it out to center ice for Yamamoto, who throws it in. And it's gone towards Corella. Centering pass shot, and it gets kicked away by Miner. Shot was taken by Blake Bennett. Grizzlies throw it across off the near boards, chasing after it in the rush zone. They outlet it to Blake Bennett. It's tapped by Burke, and it goes to Yamamoto, who crosses center ice. Now he steps over the blue line. Left circle, righty shot. Glove saved by Miner. As it was a low liner shot by Yamamoto, who has 11 goals this season. Miner makes his first save of the game. We get our first whistle with 18:39 left in the first. Everybody make your pick for the Optum first goal of the game as to who's going to score first. I'm going to go with Mick Messner, who's got 10 goals this season. Tim Broussard is picking Alex Bocage, who scored a goal in the second period on Wednesday night. Everybody make your pick for the Optum first goal of the game as Jimmy Soper will take the draw against the Grizzlies Ironman Tyler Penner, who's out there with Dylan Fitz and Aaron Aragon. Defensively is Jordan Stone and Jacob Semick. As Soper takes the draw, he played with Tulsa and Rapid City last year. He was acquired by Rapid City this past February in a trade, so just about a year ago. As a draw won by Rapid City, they're over in the far corner as they'll drop it off, looking for Soper, and Fitz will tap it out to center ice off the glass, and it goes out of play. As looked like it hit off the blue padding near the Grizzlies bench. The draw is going to come back in the Grizzlies zone, a minute and a half in. We're still early on, and the crowd is still filing in here, so grab some chips and dip and a beverage of your choice and enjoy a little bit of Friday with us. Penner once again will take the draw, sporting a beard. He got what turned out to be the game winner about halfway through the contest, 12:30 in. As the Rush won the draw, shot is blocked away off a stick of Fitz, and it goes out of play. Brandon Yeamans took that shot. Yeamans got in a fight with Aaron Aragon in the second period on Wednesday. Soper stares down Penner along the far circle. 18:26 left in the first. Russia taking the first two shots of play here tonight. Grizzlies won the draw. They'll saucer it out to center. It goes back to Rapid City. Charles Martin lifts it in as Martin throws it off the end boards near the Grizzly zone. Stone slides it to Fitz, who moves it to Penner. 2-on-1. Penner gains the line right side. He'll fire righty shot. Rebound shot and score! Aaron Aragon gets his 8th of the year, and the Grizzlies are taking a 1-0 lead. Grizzlies capitalize on the odd man break as Penner is over to the right side, And Aaron Aragon converted after Penner took the shot. It bounced off of Murphy, and Aragon got the rebound and put it away. Classic 2-on-1, just ricocheted off of Murphy, and Aragon was in the right place at the right time. Had to feel good for Aaron Aragon, who's sporting a college-style mask as Grizzlies get their first goal about 2 minutes in. And remember, you can bid on that game puck on the Dash Auction app. As you can bid on the Aaron Aragon goal that he scored, they're going to look it over. They're going to look it over. Video replay. I'm guessing they're trying to see if Aragon kicked it in. That has to be what it is. So they're going to review it. Right now it's 1-0 Grizzlies with 18:08 left in the first. We know that Penner would get an assist on that goal if it stands, and I think Dylan Fitz might get an assist as well, as I think he was either he or Stone. I think Stone got to Fitz, and then Fitz moved it up ice for Penner. So I think Fitz would end up getting an assist as well. As they're looking it over, they're not going to show it on the video replay while the review is going on. They'll probably show a replay afterwards. It looked clean to me, but it's tough to really tell live at times. Now the referee comes out of the box and he signals a good goal. It's 1-0 Utah. As the Grizzlies get on the board, Aaron Aragon gets his 8th of the season and 6th in a Grizzlies uniform. As referee goes and talks with Scott Burt, the Rapid City coach. Burt has his hands folded and doesn't look like he really wants to talk. So Utah gets on the board first. Aragon gets the goal. Looks like the assists go to Penner and Fitz. As the Rush win the draw, they skate from left to right. They'll move it out to the right side for Aliardi. Glances off of his skate, goes deep in the Grizzly zone. Mayhew back in his own zone. Moves it ahead. It tapped off a Rapid City stick. Chasing after it's Adam Berg. Berg's played great as of late. He steps over the blue line and gets hit by Gorley. Puck rolls around the boards towards the far side. Ryan Sandlin, number 11, moves it to Messner behind the net as Messner gets pushed and held by Gorley. As Berg gets sliced along the near boards by Tyson Helgeson. Puck in the slot. Sandlin, righty shot. Saved by Murphy. And some pushing after the whistle as Gorley continued to push Ryan Sandlin. And Sandlin actually took the shot. It was Mick Messner out in front that was being pushed by Gorley. As there's 17:37 left in the first. Grizzlies have taken the last 3 shots after Rapid City began the games taking the first 2. As Messner wearing one of those net guards, he'll skate towards the bench. But just early on, fans still filing in here, and it looks like an outstanding Friday night crowd. And they're expecting close to a solid, if not a full sellout tomorrow. Stapley will take the face-off against Logan Nelson. As Utah scored first here tonight, they're 11-3 this season when scoring first. As the puck rolls along the boards, Wesley, right side, righty shot goes wide as it went over Connor Murphy. As Hoffman moves it ahead, as it goes to Logan Nelson, who's got good speed. Across the line, left side, righty shot, saved by Minor. As the puck was fired towards his chest, and he just absorbed it near the Grizzlies logo. 17:21 left in the first. We've already seen a lot of action here in the first 3 minutes. One thing we might not see is many penalties. There was only 1 power play on each side on Wednesday night's game. Watch out for Logan Nelson. We've been talking about Bocaj's shot all series, but Logan Nelson, he's fired a few rockets past Grizzlies goaltenders in his time in Rapid City. Nelson will take the draw against Brett Stapley. Stapley played at University of Denver, second-year pro. Draw won by Utah as Bocage, as he was spinning around, lifts it out to center ice. Puck goes back to Rapid City as his zone as Rydell moves it ahead. Bocage will slide it to Teixeira back at the Utah line. He'll get it across to Wickers. Diagonal pass to the right, connects with Cutler, who steps over the line. Gets to the right side for Bocage. Will tap it across off the near boards. It goes to Aliardi. Aliardi being shadowed by Stapley. As Aliardi spins it towards the far side, Rydell moves it out to center. Nelson crossed the red line, and he lifts it in. It's gloved and immediately dropped by Minder to make sure the whistle didn't blow quickly. As Wickers skates out to neutralize the former Rush player. Now puck is turned over to Bennett. He'll skate over, get to the left circle, take a lefty shot, and it's blocked away by Teixeira. Stick, and it flies out of play. 16:41 is left in the first. Both teams have taken 3 shots as Utah's got a 1-0 lead. A forward line that did a pretty good job on Wednesdays out there. Cole Gallant, Nathan Burke, and Ryan Sandlin. Sandlin has spent the majority of the year in the AHL with the Colorado Eagles. Nathan Burke will take the face-off. He wins it as Teixeira gets it to Wickers, the former Rush skater. Wickers had a good month of January. Burke along the near boards gets hit Wickers will lift it out to center ice. It bounced off of Sandelin's glove. It goes to the rush at center ice as Parody will throw it in. Nick Parody, wearing number 82, has 1 assist in 10 games. Teixeira blasts a rush player behind the net, and that's Bennett, who gets back to his feet. And it goes over to Burke, who slides it to Gallant, who crosses center ice. 3-on-3. Gallant fires it towards Burke. He couldn't reach it. Now right side righty shot save. Rebound shot save by Murphy again. As Sandelin had a couple good looks from the right side. Rush will rainbow it out to center ice. It bounced off of Burke, who will slide it to Stone in the Grizzlies zone. Now across to Semick, who diagonals it to Aragon, the goal scorer. He fires it in from center ice. It ricochets off the far corner. Bennett behind his net. Will toss it to the far side as a rush. Move it out to the right side. Pass connects. Simon Boyko fires it off the end boards near the Penske sign. Boyko was signed by Rapid City earlier this week. Grizzlies ice the puck, and the whistle blows. 15 minutes and 38 seconds left here in the first. But if you're the Grizzlies, you have to really like the way the transition game is working, utilizing their speed and getting from one blue line to the other in a hurry. That's how they scored their first goal, and it looks like the Grizzlies are going to be running and gunning here tonight. Penner will take the face-off. We're talking about a guy that's been outstanding. He picked up an assist there on that Aragon goal, and he's really contributed mightily in the month of January. As Grizzlies get in after the rush initially, won the face-off left side. Aragon gets it. He'll carry it into the zone left side. Aragon gets to the near goal line, tried to center it, fanned on it. Aragon gets it back. He'll toss it to the far corner. It's taken by a rush skater, and they move it ahead. Foot races. Kyle Mayhew gets there first with great speed. Mayhew slides it to Penner, who moves it ahead to Wesley. The Grizzlies captain crosses center ice. Now he gains the line as he gets around Janelle. Wesley trying to roll it along the boards. Rapid City cuts it off as Boyko. Right side crosses center ice. He'll fire it towards Miner. Miner stops it with his pads and outlets it to neutral ice. Fitz will slide it ahead to Berg. Pass didn't connect, and icing is on Utah. 14:55 left here in the first. It's 1-0 Grizzlies. We're still early on. It looks like we got an outstanding Friday night crowd, which isn't unusual lately. In fact, over the last 6 home games coming into play tonight, the Grizzlies have averaged 6,369 fans per game. And the next 2 are certainly going to raise that average. I'm guessing right now we got close to 7,000. At least that's what's going to be once we get going on here later on in this first period. Rapid City wins the face-off as Hoffman throws to the left side. Lefty shot and a save by Miner, as that shot, I believe, was taken by Will Rydell. Was 1 goal and 4 assists in 17 games this season. Rydell, a big 6'2", 198-pound defenseman. As Rydell looked at himself on the video board, hoping to see a replay, but it was really just a routine shot taken from the left point, and Miner was able to gobble it up. Both teams have taken 5 shots here. I think the biggest highlight outside of that Aragon goal was Grisby burning the Grizzlies flag there as he was coming out for warm-ups. Rapid City wins the draw, left side shot, and it gets blocked away. I don't think I've laughed that hard for over a year. Remember that incident that we had with the guy belching? We had that anniversary yesterday. Me and Guy Krenz shared a few laughs over it. In fact, we had a good laugh for about 2 minutes during that game on January 25th of 2023. And I tell you, it was tough to not laugh seeing Grisby just devastated that his flag had gone missing. As draw won by Rapid City, Rydell's shot is blocked by Adam Berg. Berg has blocked a lot of shots here as Rydell chases after it in his own zone. He outlets it to Nelson. It tapped off of his stick, and it goes out of play into the Grizzlies bench as Aragon gets the puck, and he'll move it back to the linesman. The linesman tries to figure out what to do with it, and the linesman says, I got a puck. We'll play with this. Draw's going to be at center ice. Linesman Craig Peterson will do the honors, dropping the puck. Charge as Logan Nelson will take the face-off against Mick Messner. Fans having a good time here tonight. As it looked like Peterson had faked everybody out. Now we'll get to center ice. 5.5 minutes in. Utah leads 1-0 as Aaron Aragon got his 8th of the season, 152 in. As puck goes to Rapid City. Nelson, right side, righty shot, saved by Miner. Nelson gets the rebound. He skates around the net. He's now to the left side. Righty shot is blocked by Wesley Stick, and it flies out of play off the protective netting. 14:22 left in the first. Draw's going to be in the Grizzlies zone. Grizzlies responded with that early goal, 152 in, but I got to say Rapid City hasn't backed down. It looks like they've been pretty aggressive offensively in their own right, trying to tie it up. It's fun to see the pace here so far. Both teams are really looking for a run and gun type of style, looking for those odd man breaks anytime they can, and really challenging those defensemen to get back. As Grizzlies win the draw, Wickers over towards Cutler left side. Cutler gets the new try. Snell slided ahead past Nick Parody. Goes deep in the rush zone. Charles Martin chases after it. He gets hit by Stapley as the puck drifts towards the far corner. Rapid City saucers ahead to Yamamoto. As he moves to center ice, it bounced off the Bennett skate and it goes into the Grizzlies zone. Wickers hustles after it and he moves it to Stapley. He gets the bow shot to Bocage. He'll tap it off of Bennett for Rapid City. Bennett's their leading goal scorer with 16 on the year. Rush skate around their net with speed. Charles Martin's got good speed. He'll get to center ice. He gets pushed by Cutler, but moves to Yamamoto on the right wing. Wickers pokes it away, but the linesman says that Rapid City's offside. 13:46 left in the first period. Utah leads 1-0. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh forever.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
It's the Grizzlies 1 and the Rush 0 as Aaron Aragon scored 152 in. It's his 8th goal overall this season. He scored a few goals with Idaho earlier this season. And so as a member of the Grizzlies, that's his 6 goals. He now has 6 goals and 1 assist. Stapley will take the draw, new tries against Coella, and it's won by Utah and Quinn Wickers. As he'll move it towards Stapley, who gets double teamed. It goes back to Wickers at the Utah blue line. He'll shuffle out to center ice for Bocage. Puck lifts towards Teixeira, which was nearby Wickers. Wickers gets it back at the Grizzlies blue line. He'll tap it to Stapley at new tries. Left side, he crosses center. He'll tap it off a stanchion. And the puck wobbles into the zone, and the Grizzlies are offside as Cutler entered before the puck. 13:26 left in the first. And looks like we've had a pretty fun series. Both Ryan Knaswich and Scott Burt were teammates with the Grizzlies in the 2007-08 season. Both guys were tied for the club lead with 60 points. Both guys were outstanding players in this league, and both guys have pretty similar hockey philosophies. So because of that, we've got ourselves a fun series. A good chess match between the two coaches. Puck goes deep into the Rapid City zone after the Rush won the faceoff. They move it ahead to Bennett, who crosses center ice 2-on-3. Bennett will slice it off the near wing boards as Wickers chases after it in the near corner. Wickers played the last 2 years with Rapid City. Cutler ahead to Bocage with good speed. He crosses center ice. Now he steps over the line. Bocage backhands it towards Murphy, and it slides slowly, and he's able to cover up as Stapley was cutting towards the net, but the puck got to Murphy before Stapley was able to get there. And even 13 minutes are left in the first period. Draw's going to be in the rush zone. It's Kyle Mayhew talking things over with Josh Wesley. Sandelin, Gallant, and Burke are out there. Cole Gallant is second on the team with 28 points this season, 7 goals and 21 assists. Gallant, the Western Michigan product, played the end of last season in a handful of games with Trois Rivières to get his feet wet in pro hockey. Rush rolled along the far boards after winning the faceoff. Now the Grizzlies get it. Sandelin try to get it to Gallant. Passes behind him as Rapid City will bank it off the near boards. Burke over towards Wesley near side. He slides it to Sandelin, who gets it across. It ricochets off the wall for Mayhew at the far goal line. Mayhew around Utah's net. He'll move it to Gallant on a right wing pass. Gallant with great speed crosses center. 3-on-2. Over to Sandelin. Right circle. Righty shot. Got redirected by Gallant. Stick and goes wide off the end wall. As Nelson will move it ahead. It's picked off by Sandelin. High slot. Righty shot is kicked away by Murphy on Sandelin's low liner. As the Rush will lift it off the far glass. Puck wobbles on its side at center ice as Wesley will slice it towards the Grizzlies bench. Sandelin bouncing off a Rush skater. It goes to Mayhew at the Utah line. Mayhew glides towards his left. He crosses center ice. Now skates down the middle. Left wing pass to Burke. Grizzlies enter on side. Lefty shot. Glove saved by Murphy. He holds on. Burke got hit by Zach Hoffman after taking the shot. Rapid City does have some big defensemen. Hoffman is 6'3" and 209 pounds. Now another line change after the whistle is Aragon, Fitz, and Penner will enter. 12:07 left there in the first period. As we're hanging out with Max here, press row, high top section 114, having a good time. As Penner will take the draw, Fitz to his left, and Aragon to his right. Rapid City wins the faceoff. Charles Martin glides along the near boards as Martin gets to center ice. He gets around Fitz. Martin right side, righty shot, and a blocker saved by Miner. But Charles Martin's looked impressive. Left point, lefty shot, glove saved by Miner. He holds on. That last shot was taken by number 82, Nick Parody. He was a -5 this season, but he's a big defenseman, as we mentioned before, 6'3", 194 pounds. Most of their defensemen are 6'2" and taller. Penner will crouch down and take the face-off against Jimmy Soper. Grizzlies win it as Dylan Fitz will shield his body from a Rapid City defender as Fitz gets to center ice and he lifts it in as it flies into row 3 of section 112, maybe even 111. As he was at neutral ice, so no delay of games. He just tried to lift it into the near corner and have it roll along the boards, but Fitz got too much air under it and it exited play. So face-off's going to be at center ice. Brandon Yeamans and Aragon standing next to each other at center ice, and Aragon leaves. The Grizzlies make a change. Yeamans and Aragon fought each other on Wednesday. As Messner will take the draw. He was my pick for the Optum first goal of the game. I still think he's going to get one here tonight. Messner wins the draw, but it goes past Jacob Semick, who chases after it deep in the Grizzly zone. Semick towards Berg, who couldn't reach it. Gorley skates towards his left. He moves it towards James Hardy. Right, lefty shot, kick saved by Miner. Rebound to the near corner. Soper gets held up by Stone. Messner slides it around Utah's net to Semick, who gains center ice over towards Berg. Berg collided with the linesman, Peterson. It looked like Berg's the one that went down. As puck goes to center ice, Rapid City couldn't get it. Berg gets hit now by Yeamans. As Burke crosses center ice, Burke gets pushed by Tyson Helgeson. The puck didn't get all the way deep into the Rapid City zone, but the Rush will skate behind their net as Jared Gorley will direct traffic about 9 minutes in. Both teams will spread the ice. Grizzlies get Cutler out there with Stapley and Bocage. Near wing pass towards Helgeson. He fires it across. Tapped off a Coella stick. Goes to Stapley at center ice near the Rush bench. Rush get it as Bennett fires it slowly towards Miner. He covers up as Yamamoto skating towards Miner. Wickers was nearby as we get another whistle with 10:47 left in the first. Well, if you think the action's a lot of fun here tonight, you got to make sure you get your tickets right now for Saturday's game before it's a sellout. And remember, if you are coming to Saturday's game, get here extremely early just to make sure you get your spot and are able to watch face-off. And, hey, if we got nothing to do in the afternoon, make an entire day out of it. Come in and watch the charity games starting at 12:30, leading up to the Grizzlies game. And remember, if you have a ticket to the Grizzlies game, that's good to get you in for the charity contest as well. Grizzlies win the face-off in their own zone. Text share over to Wickers, who moves to Cutler. He has to go past him to center ice. Rush will lift it in as it banks off the far boards. Miner slides to Stapley in the far side. They'll move it ahead to Bocage. They'll tap it off a Rush skate. Goes to Cutler. He moves it towards Bocage down the middle. Bocage trying to locate it. He finally does it the near goal line. They'll tap it along the near wall towards the point. It's taken away by Yamamoto. He gets back checked by Cutler, who takes the puck away and slides it across to Wickers. Wickers towards Stapley, but it's taken away by Rapid City as Bennett has a tap off him. Bocage collided with Cutler. Yamamoto gets the puck. Grizzlies back defensively. 2-on-4 of the Rush as Bennett skates towards the far goal line. He gets around his net, being shadowed by Wickers. Bennett throws to the left side. Hoffman rolls it around. Yamamoto couldn't get it. Martin in the near corner hustles after it. He'll get it behind the net for Yamamoto. Back to Martin, wearing number 47. Martin surveys, tried to center it. It bounced off a Stapley. Now Bennett fires towards the net. It taps off a Wickers stick. Rush feed it out in front. It's taken by Stapley, who will carry it out to center ice. Stapley towards Bocage. Right side, he'll take a righty shot, and it's blocked away by Murphy's pad as it goes towards Mayhew. Mayhew to center ice for Cutler on the near side. Cutler will fire it in as Cutler will get off the ice. Brandon Cutler leads the Grizzlies with 15 goals this season. Ed towards Aliardi. It flies off his stick to the Utah line as Burke will move it ahead to Mayhew, who skates back towards his end, and they'll toss it to Wesley, who chases after it in the far corner. Wesley back to Nathan Burke as Wesley goes down on a hit by Aliardi, who's sporting a sweet-looking beard, who resembles Charlie Blackman, the Colorado Rockies defenseman. Mayhew steps over the line, fires it out in front. It goes wide. Sandelin crashed with Murphy as Sandelin was trying to get it. As Helgeson pushes Sandelin. Gallant far side gets stripped up by Gorley, no call. The referee's going to let them play here tonight. Wesley will backhand it out in front. It lifts in the air as Helgeson Sandelin got blasted by Aliardi. Whistle blows. It's going to be a hand pass. And now Nelson's trying to bully Sandelin. And now Gorley's trying to push Burke. And we get our first physical action here after the whistle, as we have a congregation over in the near circle. Now everybody cease and desist. 8:44 is left in the first. Grizzlies lead 1-0. And the whistle blew because of a hand pass. Rush lead the Grizzlies 9-6. Sandelin got hit a couple times on that shift as he's laughing as he's coming towards the bench. Drown's going to be at neutral ice near side. Aragon Penner fits out there. Still early on in this game. Grizzlies average 2.9 goals per game. Rapid City averages 3.2. As Penner will take the face off. He's got an A on his sweater. It's won by Rapid City. We'll race into the zone. Rydell, left point. Fires towards the net. It goes wide as it ricochets off the backboard. Hoffman, right side. His shot gets redirected by Soper Stick. Now bounces to Minor, covers up, and Janelle hacked at Minor. Penner looks after him as Minor covers up with 8:30 left in the first. Fans sticking up a "Let's Go Grizzlies" chant. We've been skating 5-on-5 this entire time. We haven't had a penalty so far, and it looks like there won't be much that gets called as Tyler Haskell, the referee, looks like he's going to let them play. I think as long as both teams cooperate, that might be a good order here this weekend. As Penner talks with Stone, draws the Grizzlies zone near circle. Soper played some good games against the Grizzlies as a member of the Tulsa Oilers. Draw one by the Rush. Hoffman shot, rebound shot goes wide. As in the slot, Simon Boyko was looking for his first of the year in a Rush uniform. Grizzlies ice it, and the whistle blows. 8:17 left in the first. Grizzlies get called for icing as Stone and Semick stay out there with Fitzpenner and Aragon. Remember, when you come to a Grizzlies game, go to the Grizzlies team store. I got that sweet-looking hat. You know, that alternate jersey the Grizzlies have with that capital green G? Well, they got that sort of version in a hat. The hat is more white than that cream-colored, but it's a sweet look. You can get them in snapback or fitted styles. Go to the Grizzlies team store and get that hat that I got earlier this week. I might have to wear that tomorrow. Draws in the far circle. The Rapid City broadcasters wondering when the timeouts get called. Under 14 and under 6 of each period. As Grizzlies won the face-off and they ice it again. Draws going to come back towards Trent Minor. Some teams will take 3 media timeouts, under 14, under 10, and under 6. I think Rapid City might be one of those teams. Grizzlies just take 2 media timeouts per period here at Maverik Center. Fun fact. Draw one by the Grizzlies. Stone will tap it off the far glass. Grizzlies chase after it. Fitz runs it down. No icing. Fitz the far goal line. Sharp angled shot. Glove saved by Murphy. He holds on as Dylan Fitz was looking for his 9th of the year. Fitz already has 5 goals here through 10 games plus in the month of January. Grizzlies right now are 5-5 in the month of January. They are 8-5 over the last 13 games. They swept Tulsa in the last homestand here at Maverik Center in the final 3 days of the regular season. It's a shame the Rapid City broadcaster isn't here. He's doing a remote broadcast over in Rapid City. Hopefully he's enjoying the Flow Sports feed. Grizzlies will be in Rapid City in the middle of March. But the Grizzlies have a 3-game set against Rapid City here at Maverik Center in March. So the first 6 games against these clubs will be here at Maverik Center. Neutral ice, Wickers throws it in. The puck glides towards the far side. Now it's at neutral ice near the Rush bench. Berg and Messner battle with a couple Rush skaters. Bennett hacking away. As the puck squirts towards the near boards, Wickers gathers it and fires it around the wall. As it goes back to the right side, Messner will brush it ahead towards Berg. As Berg will direct it to Teixeira on the right side. He gets it back towards Berg, right side, trying to get it to Messner. Passes wide of the mark, and it goes to Rapid City. They got a 3-on-2. Koala gains the line left side, skates towards the circle, take a lefty shot, kick saved by Minor. Puck trickles in front of the crease, and it's taken by Berg. As Nathan Berg gets it, as he's along the near side, he'll outlet it to center ice, but nobody's there but Jared Gorley. Gorley fires it towards Minor. It tapped off a Minor's stick. It stays in play along the far side as Teixeira gets it across to Wickers, as Wickers will lift it in the air. Bokosh chases after it. Puck bounces. Helgeson gets it in front of his netminder, and he moves it ahead to Nelson, who crosses center ice. 2-on-3. Nelson overskates it. Cutler bounced it off of Bocage, and it goes to Nelson right side. Nelson fires towards Minor. Minor gets it, and he'll brush it ahead with his glove over towards Wesley. Diagonal pass to center ice for Bocage. He steps over the line, gets to Stapley. Stapley backhands out in front. Cutler with a shot, and it goes just wide as Cutler had a good look from the right side, but just missed the net. Mayhew left side. Gets to Bocage. He gets pushed by Nelson. As Rapid City will backhand it towards neutral ice. Mayhew over to Cutler, who moves it back in. Stapley in the left circle. Gets up top towards Wesley. Take a righty shot, and it goes wide. Oh, he didn't miss the net by much. As Stapley along the near side gets pushed by Gorley. Bocage loses the puck towards the point. Aliardi will move it ahead. Puck wobbles on its side. Gravel gathers it at center ice, and he'll throw it in slowly. Rush make a line change. There's now 6 minutes and counting left in the first period. Grizzlies still lead 1-0. Rapid City's outshot Utah 12-7. Rush step over the line. They center it. Mayhew has a tap off his stick. Sandelin chases after it in the rush zone far side. He gets it. He gets pushed by Hoffman. Sandelin gets spun around as Hoffman moves it ahead. Turnover. Left side. Wickers with lefty shot. Kick saved by Murphy. Right side shot goes wide as Burke got the rebound and missed the net. As Rapid City moves to center ice, Soper will tap it off the near boards and chase after it. He gets around Wickers. Soper centers it out in front. It bounced off a stick. It heads off a Hardy. Great play by Gallant to tap it off the centering pass as he was able to get a stick in the way. Far side, Gallant will backhand at center ice. Goes to Nathan Burke, one-on-one. Burke gets around Hoffman. Backhand shot. And a blocker saved by Murphy. It trickles to the crease, and Murphy covers up as he was able to see it. He doesn't cover it up. He keeps it in play, but he was able to stop it before it crossed the goal line. As that got the fans moving, as Hardy will step over the line, right side allegedly onside. Yeamans was in front of him. Puck goes towards Fitz. He moves it across to Teixeira. He outlets the center ice for Penner near the Grizzlies bench. Penner gets around a skater, and he steps over the line right side. He gets to Burke. It tapped off of his skate and goes to the near corner. Fitz around the wall. Penner chasing after it. Penner, far side, gets pushed down. No call on the play. As now Fitz will drag down a rush skater and goes to Penner. Still glide towards his left, dropping off for Stone. Righty shot, blocked away by Murphy's glove, and it goes to Rapid City as a Rush get it to center ice, 2-on-3. Rush step over the line. They'll look to center it. It rolls towards Minor. Minor covers up. A very quick whistle blows. Now everybody goes to confront Mauricio Coella, who was taking a hack at Trent Minor as he was trying to cover up. 4:23 left in the first. Some pushing and shoving along the near corner. Looks like nothing comes of it, but every Grizzly player went to confront Coella for getting close to Minor. Timeout on the ice. Utah still leads 1-0 as Aaron Aragon scored 152 into the contest. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual.
It's 1-0 Grizzlies with 4:23 left here in the first period. As we've seen a lot of cool action here. We haven't seen a penalty, but we've seen a lot of back and forth action. They show a replay. Nathan Burke took the shot. It was a blocker saved by Murphy. He couldn't find the puck, and it was bouncing right in front of him. And it was pretty close to the goal line. Murphy was able to identify it, though, before it crossed the goal line. Some good shots taken from the left side. Stone had a pretty good look. He was looking for his first goal of the season. No goals for the Grizzlies, but they've had a lot of close calls. I'm curious how many scoring chances both sides have. According to the off-ice officials, we'll find out during the first intermission. Utah leads 1-0. They move it out to center ice. Berg gets it as he'll skate towards the right circle. Berg with a lefty shot kick saved by Murphy. Puck goes back to Rapid City. Grizzlies skate from right to left here in the first period. Rapid City from left to right. As we see it from high top section 114, Yamamoto centers it. Grizzlies picking off. As Grizzlies moving along the near side, Berg tries to get around Helgeson. It goes to Gorley, who will saucer it to Yamamoto. He loses it around the center ice logo. Berg's had an outstanding first period. He'll lift it in past Helgeson as Murphy stops with his stick along the far goal line. As Gorley, near side, out to Yamamoto, who backhands it to center ice. It goes to Bennett, who backhands it in. As Miner behind his net will cut it off and get to Wesley, who will tap it behind him. As Bocage out there with Cutler. Bocage towards Cutler, back towards Bocage. Cutler overskates it. It goes to Mayhew, gets it back to Cutler, Stapley in the area. As Cutler will step over the line, left side. Cutler glides towards the corner. He'll tap it off the end boards. As Gravel gets there before Stapley, who throws it back to the left point. Wickers keeps it in and throws it towards Bocage. He feeds to the right side. Texera with a shot. That's blocked away by Murphy. As Bocage near corner, as he dances around trying to get around Rydell. He gets it up top for Texera on the right side over to Bocage. Slot, righty shot is blocked away as Rydell took his time and space away on a good defensive play. 3-on-3, rush with a left wing pass. Gravel, lefty shot, and he'll score. As Brett Gravel got around Texera, he fired away, and we're tied at 1 as Gravel gets his 12th of the season. Good pass by Nelson, who skated to Gravel. Gravel just skated towards the left circle, and he fired away glove side past Trent Miner. Gravel has been a consistent scorer for Rapid City over the last couple of years. In fact, last year, he had 13 goals in 50 games. But before that, when the Rush made the playoffs 2 seasons ago, he had 27 goals in 67 games. So we're tied at 1 as the goal was scored by Brett Gravel, with assists going to Logan Nelson and Will Rydell. As the Rush win the draw, they'll move it out to center ice, skating from left to right, and it goes deep. It got redirected at neutral ice, no icing. Miner wanted it. As Glon around Utah's net towards the far side with speed, he gets to Sandlin, who slides it across. It bounces off the boards. As Mayhew brushed it ahead, it goes towards Janelle, who fires it in from center ice after crossing the red line. Miner over to Wesley. 2:33 and counting left in the first. We're tied at 1. Grizzlies will tap it off the near boards. Goes to Gallant. He skates towards the left circle. Centers to the right side. Shot and score! Gallant to Sandlin to the back of the net. And the Grizzlies have taken a 2-1 lead. Great pass across by Cole Gallant. And Ryan Sandlin now has a goal in back-to-back games. What a play by Sandlin there as he was cutting towards the right side. It's been that transition game. We'll talk about that with Tim Broussard during the intermission. Grizzlies doing a great job going from end to end with speed. And Sandlin, once he got that pass from Gallant, it was just a simple battle of just trying to get it before Murphy was able to respond to his left. Rush lead 2-1 as Rapid City wins the draw. Hoffman gets it across. It tapped off the stick and it goes to Wesley, who skates around Miner's net towards the near side. 2:15 left in the first. Wesley over to Aragon. It goes past him. Hoffman at center ice will angle it to the left. It bounced off the boards. Bennett gets pushed by Wesley. Mayhew in the area. Will slice it towards the far side. Fitz couldn't reach it. As the puck goes back to Yamamoto. Left side, the Rush in the attack zone. Lefty shot. Saved by Miner. As that shot was taken by Gorley, the defenseman, who's got 5 goals in 15 games. As Sandlin gets the goal with Cole Gallant getting the assist. Time of goal, 17:35 into the first. In fact, you talk about that transition game and Ryan Kanasowicz wanting a fast team. This is about as fast as I've seen the Grizzlies all year and them really challenging the Rapid City defensemen. They're turning defense into offense in a hurry, unlike anything I've seen all year. And it almost looks like based on how aggressive the Grizzlies have been, that's been by design. That was something they wanted. Wickers over towards Bocage after the Grizzlies won the face-off. Bocage ahead towards Stapley. Puck taps off a stick and it rolls around Rapid City's net. Stapley along the near side, skates towards the point, gets to Wickers. Slot, lefty shot, kick saved by Murphy. Puck goes back to Bocage on the rebound. Bocage gets hacked by Coella. Bocage gets pushed and feeds it up top, but Coella picks it off. Maurizio Coella throws to the left side. Now skating in Yamamoto gets around Wickers. Yamamoto gets dragged down by Wickers. Penalty is going to be called. Grizzlies touch it up. And it was a good penalty taken by Wickers as Yamamoto just skated down Broadway, right down the middle of the ice towards Miner. And Yamamoto would have had himself a great look had Wickers not dragged him down. So it's going to be a power play for Rapid City. 1:23 is left in the first. Probably looked more like a hold than anything else, but they could have called anything, including a slash or a trip. Wickers, the former Rapid City defenseman, gets 2 minutes for holding. 1:23 left in the first period. And like I said, he did what he had to do as Yamamoto had split the defense Teixeira and Wickers. And Wickers was able to drag down Yamamoto before he was able to get a shot off. And Yamamoto fell down into Miner's pads. Faceoffs give me on the far side. Rapid City's power play is 23rd in the league at 16.5%. Rush won the faceoff. We get a whistle, and we get a penalty. As tripping's going to be the call. Gallant was battling. Jimmy Soper is going to go to the box. Soper can't believe it. But now we're going to skate 4-on-4 as Soper gets 2 minutes for tripping as he was nearby Cole Gallant. Looked like Gallant had lost his stick. And so now that will do it for the Rapid City power play, which lasted all of 7 seconds. As they show the replay, Gallant was over there, and yep, Soper tripped him up. That was a good call, and really wasn't necessary as the puck was in the point. Nelson would have skated in and had a pretty good look. So we're going to skate 4-on-4. The Grizzlies this season have 3 goals in 4-on-4 situations, and they've allowed 1. Well, tripping's a call. 4-on-4 action here for the remainder of the first period. Let's draw one by Rapid City as Rydell will backhand it towards the far side as Rush skating from left to right, moving out to neutral ice. As Aliardi crosses the red line, now he crosses the blue. He gets around Sandlin, right side, righty shot goes wide. Aliardi won a Kelly Cup in 2022 with Florida. Right side, Gorley. Across to Rydell, back to Gorley, who fakes a shot, skates towards his left. He'll take a lefty shot. It gets redirected and goes wide. It got redirected probably closer to Gorley than it did Miner. As Nelson, far corner, will backhand it out in front. It's taken away by Sandlin, who will backhand it to Wesley. Left side, Wesley crosses center ice with speed. Now a step over the line. Left circle, righty shot. It's blocked away by Murphy. As it bounced off his chest, Nelson pushes down Gallant. Mayhew throws it towards the Rapid City bench for Sandlin. 24 seconds left. Both teams make a change as Sandlin holds onto the puck and skates in his own zone over to Teixeira far side. He saucers to Stapley. Stapley, the second-year pro, across center ice. Now he steps over the blue line. He stops in the point. He'll skate towards his right. Stapley keeps the puck in a fancy move. He'll drop it off for Semick, who skates towards his left. The Arizona State product wraps it around the boards. Stapley gets pushed by Aliardi at the buzzer. And that will do it for 20 minutes here at Maverik Center. As Utah takes a 2-1 lead in what was a very entertaining first period. Aaron Aragon got Utah on the board 152 win with Fitz and Penner getting the assist. Rapid City tied it up as Brett Gravel got his 12th of the year with Logan Nelson and Will Rydell getting the assist. And then 17:35 in, so not that long after Rapid City tied it up at 1, it was Ryan Sandlin that gave Utah a 2-1 lead with Cole Gallant getting the assist. Gallant now has 22 assists this season, which is second on the club. And for Ryan Sandlin, he now has a goal in back-to-back games, which is his first 2 in a Utah uniform. This is Sandlin's 6th game with Utah this season, as he has spent the majority of the year in the AHL with the Colorado Eagles. Well, when we come back, we'll recap the first period. We'll also talk with Tim Broussard and get his thoughts on what he saw as the transition game was really working for the Grizzlies, and that led to both of their first period goals. It's the Grizzlies 2 and the Rush 1. We'll come back and recap the first 20 minutes on the other side. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice, more amazing food, more value, from huge breakfasts to delicious lunches and hearty dinners. Black Bear Diner has more for you. So get more when you want it, the way you want it, and get it today.
Good old-fashioned family food, Black Bear Diner. Black Bear Diner.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Utah leads 2-1 after 20 minutes of play, and really the key word is speed, and more speed in that first period. The Grizzlies are playing as aggressive offensively as I've seen all year. In fact, it kind of looked like the aggressiveness we saw 2 years ago when they were led by guys like Trey Bradley and Ben Tardif and Charles Edward Nastu, who can absolutely fly. It felt like that sort of period. The Grizzlies really worked the transition game, and that led to both of their goals. It's almost like they spotted something in the Rapid City attack and said they were going to attack it full on. That was a really fun first period aesthetically. In fact, Rapid City's goal came in the transition game as well, as Nelson was able to find Gravel on the left side for their goal, which was sandwiched between the Grizzlies' two goals. And the period was so much fun, it kind of overshadowed the pregame show. And hopefully Grizzlies able to get a new flag to wave before games as his burned to the ground. Luckily, the ice wasn't affected that much, but they were shooting flames. The Grizzlies were coming out, and Grisby just had his flag just burned right there. He lost his flag. He couldn't do anything except for raise both arms. Normally, he'd wave the flag at center ice before they announced the starting lineups, but nevertheless, Utah got on the board 152 in as the Grizzlies had a 2-on-1 Penner and Aragon. As Penner was skating along the right side, Aragon down the middle. Penner took a shot that bounced off of Murphy, and then Aragon put it away. They went to video replay to check to make sure Aragon didn't kick it in. After review, they gave Utah a good goal. It's Aragon's sixth in a Grizzlies uniform and eighth overall as he scored 2 goals with Idaho in a handful of games at the start of the season. Dylan Fitz also got an assist on the goal as he got his 7th helper of the season, but it was really Penner with the transition game in that 2-on-1, and that was really the big theme of the first period. It was certainly a lot of fun to watch. Grizzlies, anytime they could, they were going to put constant pressure on that Rapid City defense, and they did it at every opportunity, and it was fabulous to watch. Rapid City tied it up 17:02 into the first as Logan Nelson was just skating down the middle. He entered the zone, then fed it to the left side for Gravel. Gravel got around Teixeira and got himself a good shooting angle in the left circle and fired a glove side past Trent Miner, and it was Gravel's 12th of the season. 2 years ago when Rapid City made the playoffs, remember they faced the Grizzlies in the second round of the playoffs. That's the series Utah ended up winning 4-2, but Brett Gravel was a star in that season. He had 27 goals in 67 games. He only had 13 goals in 50 games for Rapid City last year. It's his 3rd season with the Rush, and Gravel, Nelson, and Aliardi. That's the starting forward line for Rapid City, and it can be a pretty dangerous 3-man unit. They combined for the first goal, their first goal, 17:02 into the first, with Nelson and Rydell getting the assists. It's almost interesting. You always hear the old saying, you get one, you get two. And really, after a goal gets scored against you, how do you respond the next couple shifts? Well, the Grizzlies responded with a goal in their very next shift. As it's that transition game, again, Josh Wesley got the secondary assist. He moved it ahead to Cole Gallant. Gallant had a 2-on-1. Gallant was skating a little bit more towards the left side, if not down the middle. He fed it across to Sandelin on the right side, and Sandelin put it away to give Utah a 2-1 lead. Gallant has been a specialist in terms of getting the passes over, and he's really been a magician this year. As Gallant now has 22 assists this season. Wesley got his 9th assist of the campaign, and Ryan Sandelin now has a goal in back-to-back games. Remember, he was one of a handful of players that were sent from the AHL's Colorado Eagles earlier this week. So Utah has a 2-1 lead. There is one power play on each side. Quinn Wickers got a holding minor, 18:37 into the first, and it was really a good penalty and a smart penalty for Wickers to take. As Yamamoto was cutting between Wickers and Teixeira, he had gotten past them, and to make sure that Yamamoto didn't get himself a great scoring chance, Wickers did what he had to do, and he just dragged him down, and the penalty was called. The power play for Rapid City lasted all of 7 seconds. as Jimmy Soper tripped up Cole Gallant, 18:44 in. And so that made it 4-on-4 action for the rest of the first period. In fact, we're going to have 4-on-4 action for the first 37 seconds of the second period. So Rapid City 0 for 1 on the power play. Utah is yet to have one, although the Grizzlies will get a very, very small power play for 7 seconds here in the first minute of the second period. Both teams had 14 shots in the first frame, and I thought both teams have to be pretty proud of their efforts. It's going to be interesting to talk about the adjustments that are made, and it looked like Utah's adjustment was to just play fast. And the Grizzlies played as fast as I've seen all year. Rapid City, responded. It looks like they like to play fast as well. And what came of it was a very entertaining first period. And you can tell that most fans here at Maverik Center were pleased with what they saw here in the first 20 minutes. In terms of shots for the Grizzlies, Ryan Sandlin led the way with 4. Quinn Wickers and Josh Wesley had 2, and then 6 other Grizzlies had 1 shot in the first period. For Rapid City, Logan Nelson had 3 shots. He's usually around the league lead in terms of shots, and this year's no different. Maurizio Coella has 2 shots along with Simon Boyko, and then a few other rush skaters have 1 shot. We'll talk with Tim Broussard here in a couple minutes and get his thoughts on what he saw in the first period, including the quick transition game the Grizzlies had in the first. Other action in the league, a few games have already gone final. Adirondack defeated Newfoundland 4-0. Indy is a 4-1 winner over Iowa. Fort Wayne defeated Kalamazoo 5-2. Wheeling opened up a can on Reading 8-3. As the Nailers, remember, they're going to be in town next month for a 3-game set. Maine throttles Trois-Rivières 8-1. So Trois-Rivières loses by 7. Corey Thomas had 3 shots for Trois-Rivières in the game. Thomas, a former Grizzly that was actually part of that Cole Gallant trade. Remember, the Grizzlies acquired Gallant before the season, and Thomas was the player to be named later, essentially. That's what they usually call in baseball. I think it's just the future considerations portion of the trade is what they'll call it in this league. South Carolina blows out Wichita 7-1. Worcester over Norfolk 6-3. Jacksonville is a 6-1 winner over Savannah. Late in regulation, Florida is holding on to a 3-2 lead over Greenville. Toledo and Cincinnati are going to overtime, tied at 2, so both teams will get a standing point. Early third period, Idaho leads Tulsa 3-1 in a Mountain Division battle. And late second period, Allen leads Kansas City 2-1. Kansas City got a victory over Allen in the series opener. And here at Maverik Center, Utah leads 2-1 as they got first period goals from Aaron Aragon and Ryan Sandlin. And if you picked Aaron Aragon as the Optum first goal of the game scorer, congratulations, you're a winner. We got a great crowd here. Over the last 6 home games coming into play tonight, the Grizzlies have averaged 6,369 fans. And it looks like that average is going to go up even more here. And with Saturday's game expected to be a sellout, looks like we're going to have an outstanding crowd on Saturday. It's only going to up that average. As it looks like hockey is really a hot-spotted town here. And I think if you're the Grizzlies, you just got to have to feed off of that. And for the Grizzlies, they've played well here at Maverik Center. They've got a record of 12-6 at home this season. And it seems like every time the Grizzlies have had a good crowd, the team has responded with an outstanding effort. And they certainly put together a good effort in the first period. When we come back, we'll talk with Tim Broussard to get his thoughts on things as Utah leads Rapid City 2-1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Welcome back to Maverik Center. First intermission. Utah leads 2-1. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Tim Broussard. and that's as fast as I've seen the Grizzlies go all season. I don't know if you agree, but they were really moving.
Yeah, like you called it, the transition was setting everything up, and I'll say this: neutral zone. What neutral zone? Everything's end to end. Everything's happening between blue lines and in, and I'm just really impressed the way that Kanasowicz has kind of analyzed it and said let's run and gun it, and this is aesthetically pleasing hockey.
And Rapid City wants to run and gun as well, as that was probably what led to their one goal by Brett Gravel. And they've had a couple of other instances where they were able to get behind the Grizzlies defense.
Those have been few and far between, and I'm okay with that, because for the most part, the Grizzlies are being really aggressive, stepping into the passing lane, playing as almost a man. But Gravel coming down on Teixeira just didn't quite have that angle to shut him off, and Gravel got a high-quality shot off on Trent Miner, and Trent Miner goes into that position a little early, but hats off to Gravel. He got a good shot off, and he scored.
Now, when you got a goaltender like Trent Miner, does that make you a little bit more willing to be aggressive in the transition game, knowing you got a good goalie if you allow something on the back end?
Absolutely, and it doesn't absolve you from your defensive responsibilities. It just gives you that little measure of, well, if I cheat in a little bit more, I might be able to come back a little bit, knowing that I'm not giving the shooter as much of an angle to shoot at with Miner, and he's going to come out and take out the rest. So it gives you a little bit of that air of confidence, going, okay, I'm okay back there, versus I've got to stay back and watch the blue line just in case somebody comes down at center ice and I can't get to them.
What else stood out to you in the first period?
So many things. I don't even know where. A lot of things left off from Wednesday night. The same game plan for Rapid City to gain the line and shoot and try to gain offensive zone face-off is their first preference. But because of the success that the Grizzlies are having in the defensive zone on face-offs, it's kind of thwarting that attempt. So while they're getting a good face-off opportunity in the offensive zone, they get to set up their personnel and the play that they want. It's all for naught, because the Grizzlies are winning the defensive zone face-off.
A lot of face-offs in the first period. There were 30. Interestingly enough, both teams won 15 face-offs in the first period, so it was dead even in the face-off circle.
Yeah, I believe that. I think it'll come down to the timeliness of those face-off wins and where they were at. We're winning where we need to, which is in the defensive zone, and that kind of takes away that entire effort that Rapid City has of gain the line, shoot, at least get an offensive zone face-off.
The quick transition game kind of reminds me of a couple of years ago. Ryan Kanasowicz likes to play an aggressive game with a lot of team speed. He's able to do that here. He's got guys that can make good decisions with the puck, and I think it kind of reminds me of Trey Bradley, Tardif, and that crew.
Right, and so what starts the good transition game? Well, the read on the defense of what Rapid City's doing. A couple times Rapid City's doing these little loops that they're coming back and around, and they'll loop three abreast down the blue line and then wait for the D to cut in. And what's happening on the pass, the Grizzlies are jumping the pass or deflecting it or doing something to pass, and the wings immediately on seeing that, they're gone the other direction, and that's creating time and space for all these passes to start happening in, and you've got 2 and 3 options to go to, and Rapid City's having a hard time picking that up.
And a transition game really only works if you're able to make clean and crisp passes, and it looks like the Grizzlies were able to do that, and for the most part Rapid City did as well.
Right, so purposeful passing, you want to give it to your wing or center or whatever in a position where they can do something with the puck and not have to dig it out of their skates or off the boards or something like that, and that's exactly what's happening. The Grizzlies are calling for it when they're tapping their stick on the ice, and that's where they're getting that pass. And hats off to Gallant and Stapley and others who are passing it to them under pressure, because what that does is it sucks in another Rapid City defenseman on them. So that creates an odd man break the other way, because if you've got 2, you pass up, now you've got an odd man situation going in, and that's where we're generating a lot of pressure. Not always resulting in a shot, but successful pressure, and that's really good for us.
And with that transition game, you're really forcing the opposing defense to make quick decisions, and really almost forcing the defensive unit to stay back a little bit, knowing that you're going to be quick going the other way.
Right, and then you almost get into a point of decision fatigue where, okay, who am I covering? Left, right, left. I've got somebody else coming in. Does somebody have a trailer? And that's creating some mismatches. And like I said, they're having a hard time picking up and accounting for, especially that third man in.
There's a couple instances where it looked like Rapid City did a great job taking Bocaj's time and space away, knowing that guy's got the shot that he does.
Yeah, come down low. Bocaj tried to cut through the middle, and you're seeing two Rapid City people move up on him and try to take away his lane and then try to take away his feet. They're trying to do anything they can to get in his jersey to make him move off there. Well, what the nice thing is that the line mates and everybody else is stepping up into that zone and providing puck support. So even though Bocaj is kind of taken out of the play, we're still gaining an offensive zone opportunity because of puck support and everybody stepping in and filling their roles.
And with two guys who know each other pretty well, former teammates, guys that are probably good friends, they almost think hockey in a similar fashion. It was very fun to see the adjustments made from Wednesday to Friday. Do you think we'll see any adjustments here from period 1 to period 2?
Yeah, I think so. Bert's going to have to realize that something's going to have to work. Something's going to have to change to get more pressure. They're getting the shot counts up there, but they weren't good shots. They were long shots. It's like gain the line and then immediately shoot. And Trent Miner's like, I'll take these shots all day long. The one funny thing was I was observing about the middle of the period, both coaches are sporting the look as they're going tit for tat. Bert will come out with a line, and then Kanasowicz will match with his line, and then something, not quite what they're expecting happens, and you see a lot of the look at the folded arms so this is really fun, and that was just an awesome period of hockey to watch.
It really was huge. After Rapid City scored, Grizzlies responded very quickly with the second goal of their own. The difference was only 33 seconds between Rapid City's goal to Utah's second.
Right, and so once again, coming off of an odd man break type setup and coming down and it's a culmination of all the pressure ahead of time, and that's going both ways. But I think even though we don't have the shot count numbers quite yet, I think our quality of shots are better. However, I made a number of notes on here. We do have to get our shot opportunities on net. Well, I don't know how many shots that we had a good look and unforced error.
Just a little bit wide. And Wesley had a good one.
Exactly. Just a little bit wide, just a little bit over. If we get those, and they're not necessarily even contested, just get the uncontested shots on net, get the pressure. Worst case scenario, we get an offensive zone face-off.
Thanks for your time. We'll talk to you second intermission.
Thanks, Tyson.
That's Timber Sarb. When we come back, we'll have second period action as Utah leads Rapid City 2-1. We'll skate 4-on-4 to start the second period for about 37 seconds. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and...
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So it's right here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Utah leads 2-1 in an electrifying atmosphere here at Maverik Center. Some stats of the first period. Utah had 6 scoring chances. Rapid City had 5. Both teams won 15 face-offs. Both teams had 14 shots. Grizzlies had 4 giveaways. Rapid City had 3. Utah had 3 hits. Rapid City had 4. So it was a pretty evenly played first period, even though Utah does have a 1-goal advantage, 2-1. Grizzlies have been pretty good protecting leads this season. They are 9-2 when leading after one period. They also got the first goal tonight. Utah's 11-3 when scoring first. We'll skate 4-on-4 to start the second period. Stapley and Bocaj is out there with Wesley and Mayhew. For Rapid City, it's going to be Aliardi, Nelson, and Yamamoto. On the back end is Tyson Helgeson, as Nelson wearing the captaincy for Rapid City. Quinn Wickers in the box for Utah, and Jimmy Soper in there for Rapid City. Wickers will come out in 37 seconds, and Soper will come out in 44 seconds here to start the second period. Brian Sandlin had Utah's second goal. They show him next to Dante Januzzi, who's the backup goaltender tonight. I don't think we ever mentioned the scratches for the Grizzlies. Utah tonight is without Cade Jensen, Michael Underwood, Jordan Stollard, Cody Caron, as well as Dakota Raby and J.C. Campagna. And the third goalie is Will Cranley. As just waiting for the clock to put 20 minutes on the scoreboard. We had an extra 2 minutes of intermission, and it's a good thing because we had a lot to talk about through the first 20 minutes of play. Now 20 minutes are on the Maverik Center scoreboard clock. Stapley will take the draw against Nelson. Draw won by the Grizzlies. Utah skating from left to right as we see it from high top section 114. As Wesley over to Stapley in the near side. Stapley steps over the line, left side. Stapley skates towards his right. Righty shot is blocked away. Helgeson and Gorley were in the area. Bocage flips it up top as it goes back to Stapley, who falls down on his own at center ice as the ice surface still settling in. Gorley across to Helgeson on the hot pass. He moves to Aliardi, who crosses center ice. Aliardi steps over the line, right side. Righty shot goes wide. That was a blast that bounced off a stanchion. Aliardi overskates it. It goes round Utah's net. Bocage near side gets it. As the Grizzlies are back at full strength, they start a 7-second power play. Mayhew over to Bocage, right side. Righty shot. And a blocker saved by Murphy. As Soper's out of the box, we're skating 5-on-5. Grizzlies are now 0 for 1 on the power play, which lasted all of 7 seconds. Bocage down the middle, directs it to his right for Stapley, who moves to Mayhew in the high slot. Mayhew over to Stapley, who couldn't reach it. Stapley hustles towards the near side. He gets cut off by Will Rydell. Rydell holding on to Stapley as the rush will slide it ahead to Soper, across the center ice left wing. Soper will bounce it off of Wickers as the puck gets air under it towards the near side. That's taken by Bocage. He gets to Cutler. Cutler steps over the blue line and gets it taken away by Aliardi. Cutler chases after it. Aliardi hits the ice, and we get a whistle. Looks like interference is going to be the call, and it's going to be on Brandon Cutler. That is Aliardi hit the ice on the far side, and Cutler will serve 2 minutes. 18:38 left in the second, and Rapid City is going to start a power play here early in the second. As Cutler looks at himself on the video board, he'll see the replay as Cutler skated towards the corner, and he tried to get around Aliardi, and with his left arm just kind of pushed Aliardi to the ice. Didn't look like there was much contact there, but enough for Tyler Haskell to make the call. So Brandon Cutler gets 2 minutes for holding, 1:22 into the second period. Soper will take the face-off. He wins it, but it goes past Gorley. Gorley will chase after it as the puck spins like one of those tops that you see, those spinning tops. As Gorley gets it. He'll slide it ahead to center ice for Aliardi. He glanced off his stick. It goes to Gorley, who moves to his right. Remember, the Grizzlies have 5 shorthanded goals this season, including 3 by Mick Messner's out there. Aliardi will step over the line, and he'll whip it around the boards towards the near side as Gallant throws to Gorley, who keeps it in. As right side, Bennett over to Gorley in the high slot. Back to Bennett. One-timer saved by Minor. Rebound goes to Wickers, who will throw it out of the zone. Good job by Quinn Wickers getting the rebound after the blast from Blake Bennett bounced off of Miner's pads. Rush with an outlet pass, 3/4 of the length over to Soper. He flips it to the right corner. Teixeira gets it. It bounces off the Bennett stick. And it goes towards Sandlin. Sandlin races towards the left side. He'll get to the circle. Sandlin skates in. Righty shot. Saved by Murphy. As it bounced off of Murphy, Sandlin had a good look. As Soper crosses center ice, he gets held up by Sandlin. Puck rolls along the boards. Miner cuts it out behind his net, and he'll saucer it towards Teixeira. It goes past him as it's kept into the zone. Martin over towards Coella. 50 seconds left in the power play as Martin gets to his right. Nelson, righty shot, is blocked away by Miner. Sandlin gets it, and he clears it out. Nelson will stay on the ice as everybody else makes a change. With the assist he had in the first period, he picked up his 400th professional point. Martin, right wing to Yamamoto, who steps over the line as he'll glide towards his left with Berg chasing him. As Rush will spin it back towards Nelson at the right point. Nelson throws to the corner. Now goes back to Nelson from Gravel, the goal scorer. Martin in the high slot, feeds to his left for Yamamoto, who directs it to the near goal line. Hardy lefty shot saved by Miner. It bounced off his stick, and it goes back towards Hardy. He feeds to Yamamoto, back to Hardy. Less than 10 seconds left in the power play as Hardy dances around with Wesley looking after him. Martin across towards Nelson, back to Martin. As Grizzlies back at full strength. Shot goes wide. That was taken by Martin as Hardy will kick it off of his skate towards Berg. Now Penner steps over the line. 3-on-3. Penner left side. Righty shot is blocked away by Murphy. Goes back to the left point. Grizzlies feed it to the corner. As Berg skates towards the left point, he gets to Stapley, who skates down Broadway. Stapley was looking for the last move, and Martin poked it away. Charles Martin crosses center ice. Martin leads the rush in plus-minus. He bats it in as Wicker's chasing after it. As Cutler will backhand it. Martin tried to, or thought about keeping it in, but looks like he'll skate towards the bench as Martin looks like he's upset. Martin is walking to the locker room. Looked like Martin, well, he was towards the line, then just kind of flipped it in. Now Martin is going to the locker room. I don't know if he's got equipment malfunction. Martin is slamming his stick along the boards. Didn't look like his stick broke. Otherwise, he would have just gone to the bench. Either Martin got hurt or something just really upset him. We'll see if he returns here shortly. Draws coming back to neutralize. 16:04 left in the second. Grizzlies lead 2-1. Both clubs have 17 shots against the other. Both teams have 3 shots here in the second period. Grizzlies win the face-off. Bocage back in his own end. Will feed it to the far side now. Rink-wide pass to Stapley. He throws it back across. It goes over Bocage's stick. He chases after it. Action in the rush zone. Bocage to Stapley. Left circle. Righty shot. Saved by Murphy. It bounced off of him and goes to the rush. As Janelle moves it ahead, it goes to Boyko, who's got good speed. Left circle. He trying to feather it across towards Yeamans, who couldn't reach it. Yeamans chases after it and gets it to Boyko, right side. He'll drop it off to Hoffman, right wing. Righty shot goes wide off the Maverik side. Now left side, Rydell with a shot, and it bounced off of Miner's shoulder. Goes back to Rydell, who glides towards his right. He'll take a lefty shot. It's blocked by Stapley's stick, floats towards Miner, and it goes away. Janelle tried to feed it out in front. Bounced off of Semek's stick as Yeamans tosses to the corner that he just vacated. Bocage will chase after it and throw it behind his back. Stone chasing after it. Stone gets pushed as the puck goes towards Bocage, who gets hit. Left side, Hoffman fires towards the net, and it bounced off of Cutler and flies out of play into section 112, about row 5. Boy, a lot of fun action here between two good teams. And two teams that are really playing aggressive. This is fun to watch. Make sure to get your tickets for tomorrow night while they're still available, as the game's expected to be a sellout. And remember, if you're going to attend tomorrow's game, make sure you get here early. 3 charity games in the afternoon starting at 12:30 leading up to the Grizzlies game. But make sure you get here early because you might be stuck in line trying to get in if you try to get here past 6. Nelson will take the draw for Rapid City against Tyler Penner. Boy, Nelson has been a consistent force since joining the Rush for the 2001-22 season. Draw won by Utah's Mayhew. Will move it ahead towards Aragon. It bounced over his stick as Aragon hustles after it, but Gorley gets there first. Far side of the rush zone. Rapid City towards the right side. Wesley keeps it in, and they'll slide it along the glass as Aliardi, near side, battles. It's taken away by Mayhew. Aliardi pokes it away as Nelson will slide it across. Aliardi will step over the line, gets around Penner, but Penner with a good poke check as he took it away from Aliardi. Now Aliardi pushes Penner along the far boards. 2-on-2 battle. Mayhew looking nearby. It goes towards Aliardi, who skates towards the right circle. He feathers it out in front. Righty shot, a score. And that's Logan Nelson getting his second point as we're tied at 2 with 14:28 left in the second. Nelson now has a goal in back-to-back games in this series. It's his 14th goal of the season. And his 57th in a Rapid City uniform. We're tied at 2. Grizzlies have goals from Aragon and Sandlin. Rapid City has goals from Brett Gravel and Logan Nelson. And Nelson has displayed that shot over and over again against the Grizzlies over the last 2.5 years. Rush won the draw. Charles Martin, who didn't miss the shift. I wasn't sure why he was so upset, but he's back on the ice. Maybe he had a skate malfunction as Martin will lift it in as the puck bounces in the far corner. Teixeira chases after it. All Miner tried to play it. Now Teixeira gets knocked down behind Utah's net. There's a little bit of miscommunication between Teixeira and Miner. Far corner. Coella will tap it to the near side as the puck spins like a top. It goes back to Utah's Sandlin. Will cross center ice. Rapid City back defensively, so Sandlin will shuffle it towards the near corner and chase after as Sandlin gets double teamed. Gallant trying to get the puck. It goes to Berg, who gets around Yamamoto. Berg over to Wickers, who skates towards the corner that was vacated. Yamamoto cuts him off as Parody pushes Sandlin. Rush come out with the puck. Yamamoto, cross-ice pass, deflected off of Nathan Burke's stick. Bennett centers it out in front. It bounced off a Miner. It stays in play. And Trent's able to hold on. Yamamoto jabbed at Miner, trying to brush it free. But Miner is able to cover up. 13:27 left in the second. Nelson's goal was assisted by Aliardi. As 13:27 left in the second. We're tied at 2 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
We're tied at 2 with 13:27 left in the second period. We've had ourselves a fun game. Both teams have 18 shots. It's only fitting the score is tied at 2 as it's been a very evenly played game. Connor Murphy getting his helmet worked on in the Rapid City side as their equipment manager is working on his helmet. So that's why play has stopped here for a couple seconds. The equipment manager looking it on. Murphy's got an AHL contract with the Calgary Wranglers. It looks like he's been pretty sharp here tonight. He has stopped 16 of 18. That's the same stat line for Trent Miner, the Grizzlies netminder. As now Murphy's helmet is operable. So he'll skate towards his bench. And by the way, we need to start a GoFundMe to try to find Grisby a new flag after his literally burned before the game started. And that's why I couldn't help but crack up. It was just the craziest sight, especially Grisby's reaction to it. Grizzlies win the draws. Wesley over towards Bocage. Now to Stapley. I don't want to start laughing again, so I'm going to stop thinking about it. Cutler left point, throws it off the end wall. Stapley trying to get it back towards Cutler. It bounced off a Rydell's skate. Rydell and Bocage battle. Stapley gets pushed by Hoffman. Goes back to Bocage, who gets it to Mayhew. Across to Wesley. As Wesley in the right point will wrap it around the boards. It stays in the corners. I think it might have gotten a piece of Haskell, the referee. Stapley up top to Wesley, who saucers across, bounced off a rush skate, and it goes to Mayhew. As Bocage right side will re-enter the zone. Bocage gets tripped up right in front of the referee, and the call isn't made as Bocage gives Tyler Haskell 2 cents worth of his opinion. As puck goes back to the near side. Hoffman outlets it to center ice. Gravel gets to Nelson as Gravel showing good hands. Nelson to Gravel back towards Aliardi. Left wing, righty shot goes wide. As Berg gets it. Grizzlies quick in the transition game. They cross center ice. They got numbers. Utah steps over the line, and Berg tosses off the end boards. Bocage gets pushed by Helgeson. Bocage to Messner. One-timer. Saved by Murphy. He couldn't handle it, though. Puck still in play. Berg looking for a drive-by, and the puck goes back to center ice. Teixeira ahead to Berg. He couldn't handle it. Goes back to Teixeira, left side. Grizzlies enter. Sandelin, left wing. Shot is blocked away by Murphy. Another rebound. It goes to Berg. Berg out in front to Sandelin, but Murphy got a stick in the way, and the rush clear it out to center. Puck wobbles into the Grizzly zone far side. It's gathered by the captain, Josh Wesley. His father, Glenn Wesley, played in 20 different NHL seasons. He was a 1989 All-Star and a 2006 Stanley Cup champion. Berg from Wesley back to Wesley, who tosses to the near side for Sandelin. Rink-wide feed to Penner connects. Penner steps over the line, look to center to Sandelin. It bounced off of his skate. Sandelin in the near corner gets double-teamed as the Rush come out with the puck. As Hardy lifts it high into the air, it's taken by Wesley, who slides it ahead to Penner. Penner steps over the line as he'll throw it behind his back off the boards. Far side for Fitz. Fitz gets around Hardy, takes a righty shot. Glove saved by Murphy. He holds on with 11:18 left in the second, but quick decisions being made by the Grizzlies here tonight, and the passing game has just been beautiful to watch. Really, that's been the thing. It's so apparent that I imagine that's what Ryan Kanaswich and Christian Horn were talking about, as well as Garrett Metcalf, who's standing on the Grizzlies bench. That transition game and really quick decisions, that's something we haven't seen at times this year, and that's something, boy, we're seeing a lot here tonight. Just challenging the Rush on everything. This has been beautiful hockey to watch. Penner will take the face-off far circle against Maurizio Coella, who has 9 goals and 14 assists this season. Coella has played in every game for Rapid City. Grizzlies win the draw, but it exits the zone. Now Wesley re-enters right side. He stops along the boards just outside the corner. He'll roll it around. Aragon will brush it back to Penner. Penner back to Aragon, who scored Utah's first goal. Aragon gets around Penner like a basketball screen. Over to the right side for Wesley, up top to Fitz, who fakes a shot. Mayhew, right, left side, lefty shot. Saved by Murphy. Everybody hacking around, but Murphy covers up. And Yamamoto and Aragon push each other. Now Parody pushes Aragon. And now Wesley will go after Koala, as that gets the fans entertained. Aragon and Yamamoto exchange words. Yamamoto yelling at Aragon. The linesman is escorting Aragon to the penalty box. Slashing is going to be the call. Now, it looks like it's the only penalty. Dylan Fitz wants to know why. So it looks like Rapid City is going to get a power play with 10:52 left in the second. Boy, the shot was taken from the left side, then bounced off the Penner, and then Aragon and Yamamoto. Aragon took a stick and pushed Yamamoto. And then Wesley punched Coella as they tried to get Aragon in a headlock. As the fans watching all this, they voice what they think probably should be a 4-on-4 type of situation, but instead it's going to be a Rapid City power play. As Tyler Haskell talking to Ryan Kanasowicz. Kanasowicz can't believe that Rapid City's got a power play. As Kanasowicz, he puts it in motion like as if a guy took a stick and whacked him. Kanasowicz can't believe it. Either way, Aragon gets 2 minutes for slashing, and the Rush get a power play. We're tied at 2 with 10:52 left in the second. Face-off won by the Rush as Rydell gets to Aliardi, back to Rydell, who slides it to Bennett. Slot, lefty shot is blocked away by Minor. A lot of traffic out in front. Mayhew will bounce it off of Bocage, or make that Gallant, as Mayhew across to Wesley will bank it off the far wing boards and goes all the way towards Murphy, who plays it behind his net. Murphy outlets it to the far side. Wesley comes off, replaced by Teixeira. Left wing pass to Coella, connects as Coella steps over the line, veers off to his right. Aliardi directs it to his left for Rydell, who pushes to the slot. Now back to Rydell, who gets to Aliardi, right side. He winds and fires. Saved by Minor. He keeps it in play as Teixeira gathers it, and he clears it out off the far glass as it glides all the way towards Murphy. He plays it behind his net. Grizzlies sneak in a line change. 1:13 and counting left in the Rapid City power plays. Rydell crosses center ice. He steps over the line. He gets double teamed. He drops off for Soper, who loses it. Puck goes out to the center ice logo, and Logan Nelson gathers it. Nelson has 2 points tonight and 401 in his pro career. He's got 57 goals in a Rapid City uniform as Yamamoto near side glides towards his right. He moves that to Nelson, who veers to his left. Now gets the Yamamoto with speed. Right circle, righty shot. Saved by Minor as he absorbed it with his body. Boy, great speed by Yamamoto, who stepped over the line with speed. He really raced to the right circle and took a pretty good shot, but Minor was able to gobble it with 9:40 left in the second. So we're halfway through the scheduled 60-minute affair. We're tied at 2. Grizzlies had a 2-1 lead after one period. Aragon scored 1:52 in. Brett Gravel tied it up for Rapid City, 17:02 in, but then 33 seconds later, Ryan Sandelin gave Utah a 2-1 lead. Logan Nelson tied it up 5:32 into the second period. Rush have 23 shots, Grizzlies 22, and this has been a fun game. Rapid City wins the draw. They're in the offensive zone. Left side, Yamamoto will veer off to his right. He gets to Nelson just outside the right circle. Nelson up top to Yamamoto. Yamamoto directs it to Nelson, who skates towards his left. Nelson near the blue line gets to Yamamoto. One-timer, kick saved by Minor. Goes back to Yamamoto. Nelson up top, 25 seconds left in the power play. He's just outside the right circle. He gets to Martin in the high slot. Over to Yamamoto. One-timer, and he didn't get much on it as it bounced off of Teixeira, who gets it. He backhands it between the two defensemen up top, and it goes into the rush zone where it's taken by Nelson. Berg comes off the ice, replaced by Cutler as Nelson gains the line, skates down the middle. He gets around Teixeira, who dragged him to the ice. Surprised the penalty wasn't called there, but Grizzlies will tap it off the far glass. Aragon comes out of the box as Grizzlies make a full line change. It's a successful penalty kill by the Grizzlies. They've been good on the PK over the last 2+ games. Hardy around to Helgeson, near side. 8.5 minutes left in the second period. We're tied at 2. Rush, left wing pass goes through the legs. Now Yeamans takes it off the board. Yeamans, left circle, takes a shot, and he swings and misses. Yeamans gets it back. He'll tap it off of Wesley, and it goes to Bocage. The former third-round pick crosses center ice 3-on-3, steps over the line, and it's jabbed away by Helgeson as Wesley chases after it. And it looks like the Grizzlies are offside. Good defensive play by Helgeson, challenging Bocage as he was entering from the near side. Fans taking up a Let's Go Grizzlies chant. 8:19 left in the second. Grizzlies skate from left to right, wearing a black jersey with white numbers and professional green trim. Pretty good look by Rapid City. White jersey with dark numbers and red trim. Dark lettering in the back. Can't tell if it's navy blue or black. They're affiliated with the Calgary Flames as Rapid City. Grizzlies affiliates the Colorado Avalanche. Utah wins the draw. Bokaj steps over the line and wraps it around the boards towards the far side as Cutler gets blasted by Hoffman. As the puck goes back to Rydell, he's in the far corner, double teamed as Rydell will slide it around the boards to the near side. Janelle steps over the line as he'll throw it to the right side as Yeamans around Miner's net. Yeamans now in the near corner. So he'll drop it off for Janelle as two Rush players collided. Boyko and Janelle up top. Rush with a shot. Oh, gets redirected. Miner makes a great save. As Yeamans tried to redirect it out in front and it bounced right off of Miner. Janelle around center ice. Riley's his first name. He fires it in. Miner throws to the far side. Janelle, right circle gets cut off. Now Yeamans with a righty shot. It hits a little bit of the pipe iron unkind. Behind Utah's net. Janelle, who's a big guy, gets pushed around, but he'll throw it up top to Parody in the left point. Back towards Rydell. It bounced off of him as Mayhew will bounce it off of Parody. It goes to Bokaj. Left wing pass connects as Cutler steps over the line onside. He gets to Bokaj, but Parody with a good stick check takes it away. As it goes towards Boyko, who steps over the line. He'll drop it off to Martin. He'll skate towards his right. He'll take a righty shot that goes wide. Martin, the leading plus-minus figure on the team. He'll throw it out in front. Too many sticks in the way. Grizzlies get it. Burke over to Sandlin, right side. He steps over the line. Burke, right side, but the Grizzlies are offside as Cole Gallant couldn't hold his water. Grizzlies did throw it back to Burke, and Gallant thought the timing was going to be the Grizzlies were going to enter the zone a little bit quicker. Great crowd here at Maverik Center. I wonder what we're going to have. Well, it's going to be announced. The lower bowl here at Maverik Center is almost completely full. A couple empty seats, maybe people hanging out in the bathrooms, listening to the broadcast or out of the concession stands. Rapid City wins the draw, but it goes back deep in their own zone. Rush skate from right to left. We got to have over 8,000 tonight, I'd imagine. Up ahead to Brett Gravel. He steps over the blue line as he'll stop along the far boards. Fires a lefty shot, and it's sticked away by Miner. As Helgeson tried to roll it along the boards to Gravel. He gets it and feeds it up top. As the Rush, right wing. Gorley with a shot that goes wide. Now it goes to Gallant, who carries it out to center ice. He'll bounce off a Rush stick. The puck goes flying out of play into about row 6 of section 115. Good job by the Grizzlies getting a stick in the way. Well, you wouldn't know this is a battle of two teams that are below the 500 mark on the season. Grizzlies 16-22, but they are 8-5 over the last 13 games. Rapid City is 17-20-2. This feels like a really good, aesthetically pleasing matchup. Two teams playing aggressively. Both goaltenders have looked sharp. It's been a fun game. Grizzlies won the draw. Actually goes back towards Rapid City as Aragon looked like he was going to handle it behind the Rapid City forwards. As Aliardi crosses center ice, he'll backhand it in as it ricochets off the near wall. Miner behind his net. Will brush it towards Wesley in the near corner. As it bounced off Aliardi, it goes to Fitz. Right side, he'll lift it. It goes past Aragon. It wasn't played with a high stick as Gorley moves to Nelson. Still in the rush zone. Nelson brushed ahead. Fitz keeps it in. He gets to Penner, left side. Penner skates around Aliardi. Throws to the left circle. Aragon, lefty shot. And sticked away by Murphy. Puck flips into the air. And it bounces at Aliardi. He'll throw it to Gorley. He brushes along the far side. Aragon back towards Fitz as it tap off his stick. Penner behind the net over to Fitz at the far goal line. He'll brush it up top for Mayhew. Mayhew, left wing, lefty shot goes wide. Oh, and Murphy didn't look like he had vision of it, but the shot went wide as the puck goes out to neutral ice. Penner gets it from Wesley, looking for Mayhew, who just brushes it towards his far side. Now it's taken away by Penner, 2-on-1. Penner to Gallant. Gallant right side, loses the puck. As Gallant goes down on his own. Oh, they're going to give a penalty to Gorley. Hooking's going to be the call as Gorley's going to the box. He doesn't know why. 2 minutes for hooking. The Grizzlies are going to get a power play here late in the second period as we're tied at 2 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our families' tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice. More amazing food. More value. So get more. And get it today.
Black Bear Diner.
Jared Gorley gets 2 minutes for hooking, and based on the replay we just saw on the video board, looked like a good call as Cole Gallant went flying. We're tied at 2. As Tim Broussard mentioned to me during the timeout, this kind of feels like a playoff-type atmosphere. In fact, you usually don't get those sort of crowds in the playoffs. This might even be better than a playoff-type atmosphere. It's been a lot of fun. Stapley will take the draw against Coella. Near side. Craig Peterson, the linesman, will drop the puck, and he does. Stapley will throw it towards the end wall. Cutler chases after it. He'll slide it along the near boards to Mayhew, but Mayhew has to go past him into Grizzlies territory. Mayhew at his blue line throws it across to Bocage, back to Mayhew, the all-star. He's in front of Minor. Now he'll start the attack skating down the middle. Mayhew gets the new try, so dropping off for Bocage. Now to Stapley, right side. Stapley over to Sandlin. Grizzlies step over the line. Across to Bocage, all alone left side. Righty shot is blocked away by Murphy. But that's exactly what the Grizzlies wanted there, is get Bocage open on the left side. They were able to find him. Murphy was able to make a nice blocker save as the puck flew out of play. Well, that was a really good look. I don't even know if the play was by design, but they really got Bocage. And Rapid City, you can tell, as part of their game plan tonight, they wanted to take away Bocage's time and space as much as they could. But they're able to really creatively get Bocage an open look on the left side. Faceoff's going to be in the far circle. Grizzlies skate from left to right here in the period. Rapid City wins the draw. Aliardi will saucer airborne as goes towards Minor, who sticks it to the far side. As goes to Kyle Mayhew. As Mayhew skates down the middle. He gets the new try. Mayhew drops it off. It goes to Cutler across the center ice. Cutler clean shaven tonight. Will bounce it off a body. Looking for Bocage. Over skates it. Aliardi gets the new try. So he'll flip it towards Minor. Minor will have a glance off his pads on one skip of the ice. Goes to Sandlin as Grizzlies get it to Mayhew. Grizzlies same 5 out there halfway through the power play. Over to Cutler. Now to Stapley on the right side. Over to Sandlin, who gains line. Sandlin bounced it off to Helgeson. It looked like the Grizzlies were looking for that same play over low on the right side, then getting it across to Bocage. Bocage comes off, replaced by Gallant as Mayhew gets the new tries. He'll move it across to Sandlin, near side. Now across to Cutler, who taps it off the far boards. Rapid City gets it. They move it to center ice. Taking it to Yamamoto with speed. He'll glide towards his left. He gets around Wesley. Now he stops in the near corner. Centering pass out in front. Shot and a scores. Will Rydell got a great pass from Keanu Yamamoto and put it away as the Rush scores shorthanded to take a 3-2 lead. Yamamoto was battling with Wesley, then Yamamoto took it away and fired a nice centering pass out in front of the crease to Rydell. Will Rydell gets his second of the year. So it's the Rush 3 and the Grizzlies 2. Will Rydell, who played his college hockey at Lake Superior State, as a graduate transfer, he also played at Ohio State. Last season played with Savannah, as well as in the AHL with San Jose. So Rydell with the goal, Yamamoto and Zach Hoffman with the assist. Grizzlies still on the power play. As they step over the line, Fitz looks to center to Teixeira. Pass goes wide. Less than 10 seconds left in the power play. Rush lead 3-2. Wesley off the boards for Gallant, who fires it towards the far goal line. For Fitz, it goes over his stick. Rusher back at full strength. As Grizzlies allowed their 5th shorthanded goal this season. Gallant danced around to the point across the Teixeira. One-timer. Blocker saved by Murphy. Rebound shot goes wide as Grizzlies had a pretty good look. And Nathan Burke looking for his 11th of the year. Stone ahead past Teixeira. It goes to Coella, who fires it across all alone right side. Lefty shot is blocked away by Minor. Blake Bennett, their leading goal scorer, took that. Now slot. Tyson Helgeson with a shot, and it's blocked by Burke's stick. Burke's stick breaks, but it died a hero. Grizzlies cross center ice. Fitz throws it in. As Fitz chases after it, he collided with Aliardi. Make that Charles Martin. Rush will bank it off the near boards. Coella gets the center ice, and he'll lift it in and went near Nathan Burke's broken stick. As behind Utah's net, Grizzlies get it. Semick skates towards the far side. He'll tap it over the head of Jimmy Soper. Rush chase after it, and icing is called as Charles Martin skated over there with some speed to make sure the icing got called. 2:24 left in the second. Rapid City took a 3-2 lead, scoring shorthanded, 16-16 in. Rush have taken 16 shots here in the second period. They're up to 30 for the game. Grizzlies have 11 shots in the second and 25 for the contest. Soper will take the draw against McMessner. Soper this season has 6 goals and 10 assists in 39 games. He's played in every contest for the Rush. Grizzlies win the draw. Berg will saucer it ahead. It goes back to Rapid City as they're in their own zone. Now Soper with speed across the center ice. He'll fire it towards Miner. Miner makes a blocker save. Puck goes about 5 feet towards his right. Stone slides it along the near boards as Messner will move it ahead to Berg. Berg gets it at the Rapid City line. He'll step over it. Left circle. Berg, toe drag, lefty shot. Saved by Murphy. Rebound goes to Rapid City. They're quick in the transition game as well. Gravel couldn't handle it, so he threw it behind his back, and it goes back to the Grizzlies. Wesley steps over the line, right side, righty shot. Saved by Murphy. And Sandlin will lift it in the air. It's gloved and dropped by Gorley, who flips it high into the air, bounces at neutral ice. It goes between the legs of Mayhew. He couldn't locate it. Aliardi, but Mayhew in the last seconds able to locate it before he's able to get behind him. Bocage over to his left for Mayhew. He steps over the line. Mayhew over to Bocage down the middle. Righty shot. Goes over the crossbar. Puck bounces near the crease. And it's gloved by Murphy, who's able to hold on. Boy, Bocage had a good look, but he just fired it over the crossbar and somehow bounced off the glass. And then Murphy was able to catch it. Almost looked like he didn't know where it was and made a lucky catch with 1:23 left in the second. It's kind of funny. We joke sometimes about an anti-Grizzlies agenda. The ECHL app kind of in with an exclamation point says shorthanded goal to give the Rush a 3-2 lead, scored by Will Rydell. 16-16 into the second. As the face-off over on the far side, taken by Stapley against Logan Nelson. Draw goes to Rapid City. Helgeson skates around his net. It bounces off of Bocage's stick, and the puck goes to neutral ice. Yamamoto slides it ahead to Nelson, who fires it to the near corner and chases after it. Deep in the Grizzlies zone, Wickers will move it to the far side. It goes to Rydell, but it exits the zone. Rydell near his bench will throw it. It hits off the stanchion in the far corner, goes to Bocage. The puck ricocheted off the stanchion and went towards the slot. Teixeira over in the far corner will slide it ahead to Stapley. He couldn't reach it. He dove towards his left to keep it, but couldn't get it. As Helgeson flies it in, taps off the boards. Teixeira over to Stapley, near side. Stapley ahead to Bocage, who gets to center ice, and he gets in. And so throw it around Helgeson, chase after it, but Helgeson gets it. 35 seconds left in the period. Rush lead 3-2. Helgeson crosses center ice. Helgeson gets to the line and brushes it ahead. Delayed offside. It's taken by Stapley. Right side, he crosses the line. Stapley veers off to his left. He avoids an elbow of Martin. Fans saw that and voiced displeasure. As Bocage over to his left, high slot, righty shot. It goes into the back of the net as Murphy couldn't handle it. We're tied at 3. What a crafty shot by Bocage. Just fired towards the net. Murphy tried to glove it and mishandled it, and it ended up in the back of the net. Right now, Bocage looks like he got the goal, which is now a goal in back-to-back games. Kind of similar to how he scored on Wednesday, where he just kind of almost had his back to the goaltender and then just kind of flipped it in. Bounced off of Murphy at the last second. It looked like Wesley was trying to poke it in. Once Murphy bobbled it, hit the pipe, bounced off of Murphy, and then into the back of the net as they show the replay. So Grizzlies get some momentum here late in the second period, and Scott Burt wants to talk with the referee about the details of that goal. I think Burt wants to claim that Wesley touched the puck with a high stick. I think that's what he's claiming. Bocage gets the goal. Wesley and Brett Stapley get the assist. That means Stapley now has a point in 13 of his last 14 games. But as we've known from last season's playoffs, you can't review whether a puck was played with a high stick or not. Not a reviewable play, as we know far too much from Game 5 of last year's playoff series against Idaho. Rush won the draw, less than 10 seconds left in the period. As Gravel steps over the line, he gets held up by Mayhew. Grizzlies will saucer it towards center ice, and time runs out here in the second period. But the Grizzlies head into the locker room with momentum as Alex Bocage now has a goal in each of his 2 games with the Grizzlies. As he just fired it on net, it bounced off of Murphy and then hit the post and then bounced off of Murphy's backside and rolled past the goal line. So what a game. Utah led 2-1 after 20 minutes of play. Rapid City scored 2 unanswered to take a 3-2 lead, including a shorthanded goal late in the frame. Then Alex Bocage comes through for Utah. Now Charles Martin is arguing about the details in the goal. Martin, who was very heated at one point in the second period and walked to the locker room. He didn't miss a shift. Now Martin's upset again. I imagine they're claiming Rapid City that Wesley played it with a high stick, which they would say is why Murphy couldn't handle it on that crafty-looking shot by Bocage. But nevertheless, we're tied at 3 after 2 periods. Well, it's been a ton of fun. A lot of great action here. Both teams really working the transition game. Already about a game's worth of shots through 2 periods. Rapid City has 31. Grizzlies have 28. When we come back, we'll recap the first 2 periods. We'll also talk with Tim Broussard to get his thoughts on things. As Alex Bocage gave the Grizzlies a little bit of momentum, he scored 19:47 into the second period. It's the Grizzlies 3 and the Rush 3. We'll come back with the Rio Tinto Kennecott Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice. More amazing food. More value. From huge breakfasts to delicious lunches and hearty dinners, Black Bear Diner has more for you. So get more when you want it, the way you want it, and get it today.
Good old-fashioned family food, Black Bear Diner. Black Bear Diner.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh forever.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Second intermission here at Maverik Center. A sellout crowd here tonight. We probably are going to have a sellout again tomorrow. As this has really been a fun game. You talk about games, sometimes they can be aesthetically pleasing, sometimes they can be a little bit tough to watch. This one's been a ton of fun. Both teams are really working the transition game quickly. And for the Grizzlies, that big goal there at the end of the second period kept them in because it looked like Rapid City for a couple minutes there after they took a 3-2 lead and had a little bit of momentum. Grizzlies got on the board first, 1:52 into the first period. Looks like they changed the player that got the goal late in the second period. We'll tell you that here shortly. But Aaron Aragon is the Optum first goal of the game score. You can actually bid on that puck that he scored the goal on, and that's on the Dash Auction app. Aragon got his 8th of the year, 6th in a Grizzlies uniform. Penner and Fitz got the assists. Rapid City tied it up 17:02 into the first. Brett Gravel got his 12th of the year. Logan Nelson and Will Rydell got the assists. 33 seconds later, 17:35 in, it was Ryan Sandelin getting his second goal, and this is 6th game of the Grizzlies, but only 2nd game since being called, reassigned from the AHL's Colorado Eagles here to the Grizzlies. He now has a goal in back-to-back games. Cole Gallant and Josh Wesley got the assists. Utah led 2-1 after one period. with both teams taking 14 shots. In the second frame, Rapid City outshot Utah 17-14. Logan Nelson got the puck in the slot, and he fired away. 5:32 in, with Alex Aliardi getting the assist. That is Nelson's 57th goal in a Rush uniform, and with that being his second point tonight, that's his 401st professional point. The Rush took a 3-2 lead on a shorthanded goal scored by Will Rydell. It was a really good play by Keanu Yamamoto with a lot of hustle. He was able to win a one-on-one battle with Wesley in the near side. Centered it to Rydell. Rydell, it was a hot pass by Yamamoto, but Rydell was able to get it cleanly and get Minor off balance before scoring. The goal is scored 16-16 in. It's Rydell's second goal of the year. The main assist went to Yamamoto, who got his 13th helper, and Zach Hoffman also with an assist, which is his 5th of the season. Originally, it looked like Alex Bocage got the goal 1946 in. However, according to the ECHL box score that we see on the ECHL app, the box score of this game has Josh Wesley scoring, which is his 9th of the year. Bocage getting an assist. That might infuriate some Rapid City fans. They might say, well, where did Wesley touch the puck? Now, we've known by experience, unfortunately, from Game 5 of last year's playoffs between the Grizzlies and Steelheads, that a puck played with a high stick is not reviewable. Now, we only got the one replay, and it was an overhead look that we saw on the Maverik Center video board. I mean, we couldn't tell. I mean, whether Wesley played with a high stick or not, we'll assume that the right call was made. It looked like it bounced off the post and hit off of Murphy and then into the trickle past the goal line. However, there was one point, and it wasn't a high stick. It was Wesley, after it bounced off the post and then it hit off of Murphy. Wesley was kind of sweeping at the puck. I think it's possible that they said that Wesley, before the puck crossed the goal line, that Wesley got a piece of it, kind of sweeping it over the goal line. So Wesley can score without any sort of controversy there. So that's just, I guess it's either way you look at it. I'm not sure that the puck really hit anything, once it hit Bocage's stick, other than post on the near side. It's just one of those plays that ended up going the Grizzlies' way, and one of those crazy-looking plays that, is just the way it gets scored sometimes here. So Wesley gets the goal, his 9th of the year. That was 1946 into the second period. And that's, how it stands right now is we're tied at 3. So it's the Grizzlies 3 and the Rush 3. And we'll see what happens here in the third. Looks like we got a really fun third period in store. Right now, Josh Wesley has a multiple-point game as he has 1 goal and 1 assist. For Rapid City, Will Rydell and Logan Nelson each have 1 goal and 1 assist. When we come back, we'll talk with Tim Broussard to get his thoughts on what he saw in the first 2 periods. Once again, the score after 2 frames is Rapid City 3 and Utah 3 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
It's the Grizzlies 3 and the Rush 3. Looks like they are working on some technical difficulties on Flow Sports, but it looks like we're good here on YouTube. Well, Tim, I think that was big for the Grizzlies to get that goal late in the second period after it looked like Rapid City had some momentum after scoring that shorthanded goal.
Yeah, it was sure frustrating because we were throwing everything at them, except the kitchen sink, and the opportunities we were getting were right in the wheelhouse, right down Broadway, right in the slot, whatever analogy you want to use. They were right in front, and Murphy was able to stay true to his angle, and the defense kind of kept him off, and darn it, we weren't able to score until late.
What'd you notice from the Grizzlies there in the second period?
A lot of pressure, a lot of positive pressure. Everybody on the team was committed to the back check, and Stapley had himself one heck of a first half of the period. He was everywhere. I couldn't see anywhere where his jersey was, and he was on the fourth back check, and and everywhere. So I was just super impressed by that. And on the back check, it seemed like it was a team commitment to it. So one guy would start it, and then another guy would come in to help, and then behind him, and everybody's just kind of trailing in. And oh yeah, this just in, Sandelin is fast. He had a shorthanded attempt, and I thought he'd be able to convert on it, but the speed and skill of the team is just totally impressive, and the guys that we got coming back down from the AHL totally complimenting it and playing at the AHL level.
It looked like Rapid City was pretty upset at that tying goal. My guess was that maybe they thought the Grizzlies had touched it with a high stick.
That was hard to see. I can see the point after the replay that after Bocage rips that shot and it hits post and it comes out and it hits Murphy's skate and is kind of trickling back. It looks like Wesley's stick kind of finds his way through on the tip part of the skate and actually pokes it in. At first look, I didn't think that it was tipped. I'll have to go back and look and see at the replay, but I can see how they could consider that. Okay, Wesley was able to get that last little bit of momentum needed to kick it back in.
And they did give Wesley the goal. I think he was the one that kind of brushed it past the goal line. What'd you notice from the Rapid City side?
For Rapid City, gosh, Logan Nelson's everywhere.
Yeah.
He's been causing all different kind of problems and matchups. He can go to his forehand, his backhand, and his forehand again and cover half of the ice doing it. So the defensive matchup on that is just as tough as Rapid City trying to cover Bocage down on our end. And you have to account for him wherever he is in the zone, because you give him any level of room or operating space, he's going to make you hurt. And if he's not scoring, then he's actually putting pressure on Trent Miner.
Hey, it's fitting we got a 3-3 tie here after 2 periods, because it feels like it's been a pretty evenly played game from the shots to just about everything else.
It's transitioned a little bit from Rapid City just gain the line and shoot. Now they're being a little bit more patient, a little bit more methodical. They're waiting for the wingers to collapse in before the shot comes in. And what that's doing is it's causing a late screen to account that Trent Miner has to account for, is you have the converging wingers coming in front of you, and then you have the center up high. It's a little bit risky, because if you don't generate that, you have an odd man opportunity going against you. But Scott Burt seems to be okay with that, and he hasn't really had to pay for it too much. So I think they're going to continue with that same kind of plan going forward here in the third.
Which this game's a sellout. 8,572 here at Maverik Center. And
good job, fans.
It's an outstanding crowd. Lower bowl is pretty much all full, and what can you say? It's a great atmosphere tonight.
Absolutely. And you know what? We had a special guest in our press box here in the first period, and he's here again. We have our dear friend Max Brown, and thank you for joining us on Press Row. Also a shout out to our camera crew. We have Jed Lieber and Trenton. We have Jeff, Jason, Wes, and Jed Pearson. Any more J's? I don't know what else I'm gonna do, but apparently if your name starts with a J, please come and apply to be on our camera crew if you're any good. If you're not good, I'm sure that Rapid City or Tulsa. Allen or Tulsa can use a hand.
Well, what do you think is going to make the difference here in the game? Obviously, we got a deadlock here at 3. What do you think is going to make the difference?
That's a great question. You have the complementary skill set in the between the forwards. You have the defensive playing well. You have defensive scoring coming from Wesley. Everybody's chipping in. I think it's going to come down to the energy and who's going to be able to seal up and constrict the move through the neutral zone. So far, it's been a free pass. So, just come on through. The team that can stand the other one up during the blue line, and by the way, that's how they generated their shorthanded opportunity. We couldn't gain the blue line 5 abreast twice, and then there comes down the other way and they score their shorty. I think it's going to be whoever can constrict their opportunity and not let them set up in their offensive zone and get comfortable. And what that's going to take, the centerman play. Who's going to have the strongest centerman play coming back? Covering both his defensive and his offensive responsibilities.
And whichever guy, both teams have good shooters, so you can get their shooters in open spots.
Exactly. And so, the passing game, right? So all through the first period, we enjoyed having that passing advantage. Didn't see that so much here in the second. So either team that can exploit the other team's, passing game, either stepping up into passing lanes or creating room and space for yourself and giving yourself passing lanes, I think that's the team that's going to win. It'll be the Grizzlies, but,
Hey, it's anybody's game right now.
It is. And, the other note was, overtime, anyone? I don't know. Is this 20 minutes going to be enough, or we're going to need a little bit extra time? We haven't had one
Not
at
one
home
here.
yet.
We had overtime games that bookended the road trip, first and final game of the road trip, the first and the ninth game of the trip. I wouldn't mind it because the Grizzlies looked pretty sharp in the 2 overtime games they had, but hey, we'll see what happens here in the third.
Sounds like a plan, Tyson.
All right, we'll talk to you during the postgame show.
Thanks.
That's Timber Sarv. When we come back, we'll have third period action as we're tied at 3, as Grizzlies have 1 goal and 1 assist from Josh Wesley. Grizzlies also have goals from Ryan Sandlin and Aaron Aragon. Rapid City has 1 goal and 1 assist from Will Rydell and Logan Nelson. We'll come back and have the third period on the other side. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh forever.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Now we're back here in the second intermission, hanging out with Max High, top section 114. Got a busy night of games in the league. Just about everybody is in action. Let's first go over the Mountain Division games. South Carolina defeats Wichita 7-1. So Wichita gets a loss. The other game that's gone final among Mountain Division teams, Idaho defeats Tulsa 4-2. As the Stillheads got 1 goal and 1 assist from Earn, one of their newest members. They also had 1 goal and 1 assist from Will Merchant. Wade Murphy had 1 goal and was a +4. As Idaho defeats Tulsa 4-2. Remember, the Grizzlies are going to face Tulsa 3 times next week at BOK Center, February 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. The road trip next week starts in Kansas City on Tuesday. And right now, with 3 minutes left in the third period, Allen leads Kansas City 3-2. So we'll see if the Americans could get a regulation victory against Kansas City, as Allen has goals from Eric Williams, Gavin Gould, and Colby McCauley. David Cotton has both of Kansas City's goals, 1 in the second and 1 in the third. Other action in the league that's gone final. Cincinnati defeats Toledo 3-2 in overtime. Jacksonville over Savannah 6-1. In a shootout, Greenville gets a 4-3 victory over Florida. So it looks like Greenville tied it up with 3 seconds left in regulation as McManus got his 7th of the year. So Greenville scored with 3 seconds left to tie it up at 3. Neither team scored in overtime, and it was McManus who got the tying goal, who scored the only goal for Greenville in the shootout, as the Swamp Rabbits defeat the 2-time defending champion Florida Everblades 4-3. Worcester over Norfolk 6-3. Maine defeats Trois-Rivières 8-1. Wheeling throttles Reading 8-3. Fort Wayne over Kalamazoo 5-2. Indy defeats Iowa 4-1, and Adirondack shuts out Newfoundland 4-0. As Adirondack has had an outstanding year, where they are now 28-8-2-1. Some stats of the first 2 periods: the Grizzlies have 11 scoring chances. Rapid City has 12. Face-offs: Rapid City has a slight edge, 25-23. Power play shots: Rapid City has 7. All of them came in the second period. Utah with 2. Rapid City also had 2 shorthanded shots, with one of them finding the back of the net. Utah with 1 shorthanded shot. Grizzlies had 6 giveaways in the second period and 10 through 2 frames. And Rapid City has 7 giveaways through 2. Rush have 8 hits to the Grizzlies, 5 through 2 periods. The Grizzlies have hit the ice here, and we'll have third period action shortly. Don't forget to come to the Maverik Center tomorrow night. Get your tickets right now, as it's expected to be a sellout. Tonight's a sellout of 8,572. As it's been a fun game. It's really been a fun series. As Utah on Wednesday won 4-2. Grizzlies had a 3-2 lead going into the third period on Wednesday night, and then Ryan Sandlin scored an empty netter towards the end. We mentioned the transition game that's really led to a lot of the goals on both sides, both the Grizzlies and the Rush. And so we'll see if that transition game plays itself out here in the third period. Both teams are really doing a good job kind of racing down the other end and really turning defense to offense in a hurry. Grizzlies will start the third period with Brandon Cutler, Brett Stapley, and Alex Bocage. The defensive pairing is Josh Wesley and Kyle Mayhew. For Rapid City to start the third period, it's going to be Logan Nelson, who's already got 1 goal and 1 assist tonight. He's lined up next to Brett Gravel and Alex Aliardi. That's the same 3 forwards that started the game for Rapid City. Defensive pairing is Tyson Helgeson and Jared Gorley. Gorley's played a pretty good game, as has Charles Martin. Right now it's anybody's game, as we're tied at 3. So it's that simple saying, you win the period, you win the game. As Tim Broussard mentioned, who knows, maybe this will be the first time at Maverik Center this year we'll have overtime. Grizzlies will be skating from right to left as we see it from high atop Section 114. Rush skate from left to right as draw one by the Grizzlies. Kyle Mayhew left side gets the center ice. He'll push it ahead. Puck goes to Cutler. We'll fire it to the right corner, which is the far side here in the third period. It goes to Gorley from Helgeson. Cutler fires it back to the corner for the second time here this period. And Helgeson will saucer it out to center ice. It bounces through Wesley. Chasing after is Nelson. Both Nelson and Wesley crash to the ice. Nelson has the puck behind him as he's still laying down. Mayhew gets it, moves to his right for Stapley. Stapley now neutralized, cross the red line and tosses it to Bocage. Right point, righty shot. It's blocked away by Murphy. Rebound goes to Stapley as he gets pushed along the boards by Gravel. Looks like the ice surface is taking a little bit of time. Bocage, right side, shot goes wide. Left side, Wickers at the point, fires towards the net, and Murphy makes a glove save as he holds on. I don't even know how Murphy saw that. There was about 3 bodies out in front of him as he makes the stop and holds on 49 seconds into the third period. As looks like the Grizzlies make a change. Rapid City gets a couple players off as they switch out defensemen. Sandlin, Gallant, and Burke out there. That's been a pretty good forward line. Gallant with 1 assist, Sandlin 1 goal. Sandlin leads Utah with 6 shots here so far tonight. As Rapid City's Coella gets kicked out of the face-off circle. Sandlin takes a draw, taps off a Coella's skate. Rydell pushes Sandlin. It goes to Rapid City as Hoffman will backhand it around the wall. Rapid City has a slight face-off edge here tonight. As Bennett moves it ahead, it goes into the Grizzly zone. Icing is called on Rapid City. Good effort by Quinn Wickers chasing after it. Wickers is in his 3rd season as a pro. He played the last 2 years with Rapid City. In 2 seasons with the Rush. He played 93 games and had 3 goals and 17 assists and 39 penalty minutes. He's really been a good contributor for Utah. He has 2 goals and 5 assists in 18 games, this being game 19 in a Utah uniform. Coella will take the draw for Rapid City against Sandlin. It's won by Rapid City. Yamamoto has played a good game. Will sky it out to center ice. It bounces near Teixeira at the Utah blue line. Rush from neutralize, fire it in. And it looks like it deflects out of play as we get a whistle. 18:48 left to go in the third. As Chris Hagan and the fans take up a Let's Go Grizzlies chant. Just about the entire lower bowl is full. As the faceoff's going to be near the Grizzlies bench. It's about as loud a Let's Go Grizzlies chant as we've had all year. I sure hope Grisby's able to find a flag as his literally burned with the flames that are shooting in the air when the Grizzlies were hitting the ice. And I guess we'll start a GoFundMe to get Grisby a new flag. Grizzlies won the draw. Wickers flies it in from center ice. It hits off the far corner. Rush skate from left to right as Yamamoto with good speed will tap it over towards Coella. Turnover. Gallant skates towards his right. Righty shot. Bounces off of Rydell and flies out of play as Rydell flexes his leg as Gallant fired it off it. Both teams make a change here as we get another whistle 18:27 left in the third. I think both teams kind of calculate that they'll have 9 meetings between each other. The head-to-head meetings might end up determining a playoff spot. After all, you're talking about the first 6 games of the season series being at Maverik Center and the Grizzlies having to play a little bit of catch-up in the standings. You can see the importance, the intensity of these matchups. As Tim Broussard mentioned, a playoff-type atmosphere. Grizzlies win the face-off. Aragon in the near corner. He's already got a goal tonight. Over to Penner. As Penner gets pushed by Aliardi and make that Charles Martin. As Parody tries to hack it away. Goes to Fitz, who throws it towards the middle. It's taken away by Yeamans. Brandon Yeamans crosses center ice up ahead towards Hardy. Right side. He centers it. Pass clips off a Minor. Grizzlies come back the other way. 3-on-2. Wesley steps over the line over to Aragon. Back to Fitz. One-timer. Saved by Murphy. Rebound shot and scores! Murphy didn't have it. And Aragon gets the second of the game. And Utah's taking a 4-3 lead. Boy, Fitz took the shot in the slot. Murphy thought that he had it. It was laying towards his left, and Aragon put it away. And the fans at Maverik Center are going crazy here early in the third. Great hustle by Aragon to follow the play. Grizzlies had an odd man break as Aragon was the one that centered it to Fitz. It bounced off of Murphy, and Murphy had thought that he had it. He didn't quite know where it was, and Aragon was able to locate it. Wesley was hacking towards it. It was laying in the crease, and then Aragon deposited it in the back of the net. So it's a goal for the Grizzlies with 17:49 left in the third. It's Utah 4, Rapid City 3. Grizzlies win the face-off. Wickers over towards Berg, who gets it back to Teixeira. Up ahead to Messner. It flies off his stick at the Rapid City line and goes in deep. Behind the net, Murphy throws to the far side. Utah takes it away. Sandelin centers out to Messner. Now it goes back to Sandelin. Right circle. Take a righty shot that's blocked away. Messner in the area as Nelson will tap it off the far boards. It goes to neutralize as Teixeira will backpedal into his own zone. It gets it across to Wickers. Wickers now at neutral ice. He crosses center. Now he steps over the blue line. He gets hit and almost hit the linesman nearby, Tyler Keston. It's deep in the rush zone as looking over his right shoulder is Murphy, the Rapid City goalie. As Berg gets pushed by Gorley, Messner chases after it, and he collides with Nelson. As Berg goes down and gets back to his feet as the puck shuffles towards the far boards. Goes to Rapid City as Aliardi crosses center ice. Grizzlies back defensively. Aliardi splits the double team, gets around Bocage. He'll take a righty shot save. Rebound shot. It's the side of the net, and Minor freezes the puck. And now some real pushing and shoving afterwards as Quinn Wickers getting after it with a rush skater along the far corner. That gets the fans excited. As Brett Gravel and Quinn Wickers, who were teammates the last 2 years, were the ones pushing each other. So Aragon gets the second goal of the game. Dylan Fitz has the assists on both of Aragon's goals. And Josh Wesley now with an assist, which means he has 1 goal and 2 assists. So you're talking about the big stars for Utah. Aragon with the 2 goals, and Josh Wesley now with a 3-point game with 1 goal and 2 assists for Wesley. He hasn't had too many multiple-point games this season. In fact, that's only his second multiple-point game this year, even though he does have close to 20 points now. In fact, he's at 19 points this season with 9 goals and 10 assists. Faceoff's going to be in the near side. Coelho will take it against Brandon Cutler after Stapley got kicked out of the faceoff circle, not of the game, of course. Cutler crouches down low as a draw is won by Rapid City. Hoffman directs it across to Rydell, left side. He fires towards the net. It bounces off of Yamamoto's stick and flies out of play. 16:45 left in the third. Draw's going to stay in the Grizzlies zone. Second of a 3-game series. Utah's on a current 4-game winning streak against Rapid City. January of last season, Utah swept Rapid City in a 3-game series. Remember, it was on January 27th. So exactly 1 day from yesterday. I don't know. Brandon Cutler scored 4 goals and 2 assists on January 27th of 2023. The 1-year anniversary will be tomorrow, as Cutler had a performance for the ages. Everybody having a good time. Faceoffs in the far circle. Staple will take it against Coelho. As we're having a good time here tonight. Great crowd. We'll have a great crowd tomorrow, maybe even a bigger crowd than what we had tonight. 8,572 here at Maverik Center. Considered a sellout. Grizzlies win the face-off as Wesley will brush it ahead to center ice. Bounces over Rydell's stick. He'll gather it at the Rush blue line. He'll toss it ahead off the near boards to Bennett, who crosses center ice, and he'll wrap it around the boards. Yamamoto collides with Wesley and backhands it around. Cutler along the near side. Gets to Mayhew, back to Cutler. Near side, Cutler will race out of the zone. He'll move it to Bocage, who crosses center ice. Bocage loses it as he got hit by Hoffman. Cutler left side, puck deep in the Rush zone. Rapid City comes out of it. Rydell skates down the middle. He gets to center ice. Rydell gets around Cutler. He steps over the line, but loses the puck. Mayhew along the near side, gets around Bennett. Mayhew with a good speed, crosses center ice. He'll brush it ahead to Stapley. Stapley left circle, throws it between his legs over to Cutler. Shot. That's blocked away by Rapid City as they took his time and space away. Martin crosses center ice. Mayhew cuts in front of him to take the puck. Martin pushes Mayhew in the back as Mayhew gets spun around. Rapid City gets it. They send it to Bennett, and the Grizzlies get a stick in the way. As puck stays in the Grizzlies zone, Parody rolls it along the wall. Yamamoto far side, gets around Mayhew, around Utah's net. He's now to the near side as Yamamoto skates to the right point. Now he skates towards his left. He's now on the left point. Yamamoto will take a righty shot, and it bounces off the Grizzlies stick. Cutler's in particular. Martin right point will backhand it to the corner as Rush get it to Yamamoto. Right side shot, it's the side of the net. Now it bounces in the far circle, near circle, and the Grizzlies tapping off the glass, and it exits the zone. As the Rush reset the attack from left to right. Charles Martin, blue line to blue line pass to Riley Janelle. Janelle has a tap off his stick. He rolls it along the wall. Minor will tap it to the right side to hit off the glass and then bounced out of play off the protective netting. The referee spotted that it hit off the glass, and so no delay of game. If it would have hit off the protective netting without hitting the glass, it would have been a Rapid City power play. As a fan in row one of about section 116 comes away with a souvenir. Gallant will take the face-off against Jimmy Soper as Utah leads 4-3, 5 minutes into the third period. Rush won the draw. Janelle, right side. Shot is blocked by Nathan Burke. Burke loses it at neutral ice as he was trying to race towards the other end. Gorley throws it across. Helgeson rolls it along the boards towards Gorley. He feeds to the near side. Soper gets it off the wall with speed as Soper veers off to his left. He crosses center ice. He fires towards Minor. Minor gloves it and holds on as the puck just kind of laid in front of the crease, and he froze it with 14:40 left in the third. So draw is going to be in the Grizzlies zone. It almost looks like Rapid City wants to play that possession game, and they want to kind of be a little bit more patient with the puck, and yet at the same time use the stretch passing game to enter the zone. They've been very creative in how they've entered the zone here tonight. It's that constant chess match between Rapid City head coach Scott Burton, Utah head coach Ryan Kanaswich. You can see the styles change from period to period and game to game. This is a very different style of game than what we saw on Wednesday. Logan Nelson will take the face-off against Utah's Iron Man Tyler Penner. Rush won the draw cleanly as Aliardi gets pushed by Aragon. Aliardi, sharp angle shot hit by Minor's stick. Rapid City left side, fires it wide. As Aragon on hat trick watch with 2 goals, will slide it towards Fitz, make that stone and try to get it to Fitz. Fitz at center ice, had it tap off his stick, and it goes into the Rapid City bench. As Rush will throw it to somebody in row 1 behind the bench as they come away with the souvenir. Faceoff's going to be at center ice. Grizzlies captain Josh Wesley has a 3-point night. Oddly enough, only a second multiple-point game this season. Faceoff won by Rapid City as they cross center ice and fire towards Minor. Minor has a bounce up his chest, and it goes to Wesley, who saucers it, gets air under it at center ice. Aragon couldn't get the bouncing puck. He chases after it and gets there before Hoffman. Aragon gets pushed by Nelson. Rapid City comes back the other way from left to right as Grinnell steps over the line, throws it across to Aliardi. He looks to center to Nelson. Puck got air under it as Nelson got hit by Fitz. Now Nelson gets up top. Left side, Martin with a shot, saved by Minor. He bobbled it for a second, but he's able to hold on. Good job by Stone, Wesley, and Aragon forming a wall in front of the crease to make sure that Minor could cover it up. 13:57 left in the third. It's the Grizzlies 4 and the Rush 3 as Aaron Aragon scored a second of the night, 2:11 into the third period. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
13:57 left in the third period. Utah leads 4-3. Rapid City does have a 36-31 shot edge. Aaron Aragon with 2 goals and Josh Wesley with 1 goal and 2 assists. Aliardi pushes Quinn Wickers before the faceoff. Remember, those guys were upset at each other in the second period on Wednesday, and something happened, and Aliardi, before the draw, started pushing and yelling at Wickers. 2 officials break that up as draw won by the Rush. They're in the attack zone. Martin left point, skates towards the corner. He's being shadowed by Berg. As Martin gets pushed by Berg, but Martin keeps the puck. He'll skate towards the point, dropping off for Nelson. Left circle, he centers it. Lefty shot. Saved by Miner as Brett Gravel kind of fired a changeup on him as he didn't get much on it. So Miner was able to have to absorb it kind of with a crafty shot as that one didn't have as much steam as you would normally see. But Gravel it's kind of an odd-looking shot, but Miner was able to gather it. It's almost like Gravel is probably hoping to just kind of rainbow over Miner and into the back of the net. As Nelson will take it against Stapley on the face-off circle, far side. The Rush are up to 37 shots. Grizzlies win the draw as Bocage, far side, will survey. Now lift it out. Cutler chases after it at the Rapid City line. He collides with Martin. Martin gets the puck and skates around Rapid City's net. Cutler chasing after him as Martin will backhand it to center ice. Getting the bouncing puck is Cutler. Now Bocage, wearing number 26, skates towards his left. Bocage crosses center ice and he lifts it in. Puck ricochets off the near corner as looked like Murphy tried to get a stick on Bocage, who was skating behind the net. Gorley gathers it, bouncing puck towards Gravel. He gets hit by Stapley. Taking its Bocage, he fires it towards the far circle and it taps off a skate and it goes to Rapid City. Aliardi flies into the zone, right side, but he's offside as looked like both Gravel and Nelson had entered before Aliardi. So it's offside on the Rush. 13 minutes and 6 seconds left in the third period. Same teams tomorrow night. 6:50 pregame show, 7:10 face-off. But we want to see everybody here at Maverik Center. As it's Guns and Hoses night, Grizzlies will be wearing specialty jerseys for the occasion, and you can bid on those game-worn specialty jerseys that the Grizzlies will wear tomorrow on the Dash Auction app. I think the bidding starts tomorrow. Rush win the draw. High slot, lefty shot, saved by Miner. He holds on as Mauricio Coella took the shot from the high slot as he's looking to join the double-digit goal-scoring club. He has 9 on the season. But Miner was able to make the stop. And the one thing with Trent Miner, has been very busy here tonight, but he's done a good job stopping 35 of 38. Miner's not only had a good year with the Grizzlies, but he's also had a lot of success in the AHL with the Colorado Eagles. He's played in just about as many games with the Grizzlies as he has the Eagles. Face-off won by the Grizzlies. Josh Wesley will ice it all the way down. And so icing is on Utah. Whistle blows with 12:54 left in the third. Draw comes back towards Miner. It's going to be in the far circle as Miner talking with the referee, Tyler Haskell. Hey, if you're Ryan Kanaswich and Christian Horn, the Grizzlies coaches, you got that 1-goal lead. You don't want to be too cautious, and you also don't want to, play a little bit too conservative, knowing that aggressiveness is what's gotten you the 4-3 lead. Grizzlies win the draw. They start the attack. Sandelin crosses center ice. He'll throw it in. As the Rush got back defensively, Burke chases after it. A bouncing puck, far corner. Rush gather it. As it looks like Gorley and Helgeson, the 2 defensemen on the ice, did a good job staying back and playing the transition game. Rush backhand it to the right side. Yamamoto skates to the near goal line. Fires a sharp angled shot saved by Miner. Now slot Gorley with a shot that tapped off a Burke stick. Yamamoto trying to feed it out in front. Nobody home. Far side. Gorley at the point. Lefty shot. Glove saved by Miner. Trenton holds on with 12:21 left in the third. As Trent Miner continues to look sharp. We mentioned the success Miner has had in the AHL in 11 games with Colorado. He has a 4-4-1 record with a .913 save percentage and 2.51 goals against average. And a save percentage before the last couple games was as high as .925 with Colorado. This is his 11th game with the Grizzlies, so he's played in just as many games for the Grizzlies as he has the Eagles and has pretty similar stats. Rush off the draw. Boyko's shot is blocked. Grizzlies will carry it out of the zone. Wickers moves it to center ice, but it goes back to Rapid City. Rush tried to lift it in, unfanned on it, as Rydell throws it in from center ice. He gets hit by Aragon. Miner behind his net, throws to the far side for Teixeira. He gets to Fitz along the far wing boards. Fitz moves it across to Aragon. He couldn't reach it. It goes back to Will Rydell. As he'll tap it ahead as Rush slide it across towards Hoffman. Hoffman will carry it across center ice, and he'll fire it in as it ricochets off the boards towards the far side. Teixeira gets pushed by Janelle. Keep forgetting Janelle's name. Riley's his first name. Grizzlies lifting out the center ice. Aragon chases after it as Rush will move it ahead to center ice. It goes past Boyko, and Wicker's a former Rush skater. Will skate in front of Miner. Now will skate behind him and get it to Mayhew. It's Kyle Mayhew behind his own goal line. Holds onto the puck as both teams spread the ice. Grizzlies get in a couple new forwards. As Mayhew gets to Wesley, the Grizzlies captain will bank it off the far boards. Berg gets hit. Messner crosses center ice and they'll backhand it in. Rush skate around their net. Nathan Burke battles Nelson in the area. The Rush captain moves it ahead to Boyko. As Boyko crosses center ice, Mayhew taps it from him. Boyko gets it back and fires it to the right corner. Wesley chases after it. He'll tap it off the wall for Burke, who collides with Charles Martin. Now Nelson gets it near goal line. He feeds it out to the left side for Gravel, who takes a lefty shot that goes wide. Nelson gets the puck. This will feed it up top to Gravel, left point. Gravel back to Nelson, who skates towards his right. He'll take a righty shot. And it's blocked by Wesley. As the Rush, Tyson Helgeson towards the far side. He collides with Mayhew. Wesley trying to clear it out. It stays in. Over to Aliardi. Backhand shot. What a save by Miner! As the fans applaud him, the Grizzlies ice it. The whistle blows, but what a stop by Miner. That's the save of the game. As Aliardi had a good look as the centering pass went through, and Trent Miner with an unbelievable stop. As that's got to be the save of the game and the save of the week. Maybe the save of the week in the league. The backup goaltender tonight, Dante Januzzi, had the number 2 save in the week last week, according to the league. Boy, what a beautiful stop by Miner, as Aliardi thought he got him off balance, and somehow Trent was able to get a piece of it. What can you say? The third-year pro who played his junior hockey with the Vancouver Giants has really stepped up big for the Grizzlies this week. Rush won the draw. Gorley, right side gets up top. Rydell back to Gorley, as Gorley will throw it around the wall. Yamamoto gets tripped up by Mayhew, no call. As the Rush, far circle, gets it back to Yamamoto. It tapped off of his stick. Berg gathers it as Mayhew pushes Yamamoto in the back. 2-on-2 battle along the end boards as Miner looks over his left shoulder. Puck goes to the right side. Gorley gets it across. As the Rush fake a shot, Rydell with a lefty shot that goes wide as it tapped off the glass. Now the Rush behind the net, Koella. Now Yamamoto behind the net. Wesley pokes it away. Yamamoto gets it back. He feeds it up top. Rush gets to Gorley in the right point. He'll roll it along the wall. Mayhew collides with Koella. Goes to Wesley. And he'll tap it to the far side for Nathan Burke. As Burke will lift it in the air. It stays in play. And bounces in the Rush zone. Grizzlies make a full line change quickly. 9.5 minutes left in the third. Utah leads 4-3. As Gorley moves to Hoffman, it tapped off his stick and goes to Boyko. Boyko enters onside. Right wing shot. Kick saved by Miner. Left side shot. Goes just wide as Miner was gliding towards his right. Grizzlies could use some insurance as Cutler gets to center ice, and he'll throw it ahead. Stapley chases after it, but Janelle gets there first and slides it from one corner to the other. Bocage gets up top to Teixeira. Tex back towards Bocage. Right side just outside the circle over to Tex on the left side. He'll take a lefty shot. Glove saved by Murphy. He holds on with 9:03 left in the third. There's a lot of sports entertainment options out there. We appreciate you choosing the Grizzlies here tonight. You can almost see a renaissance of hockey, not only nationally, but in the state of Utah. As the NHL has been a hot product as of late, the Grizzlies have had outstanding crowds, including a sellout of 8,572 tonight. Rush win the draw. They skate from left to right as Janelle has a tap off a Stapley stick. It flies into the Grizzlies zone near corner as Wickers Overskates along with Martin. Teixeira head towards Bocage. Moves to Cutler. Cutler crosses center ice. 2-on-1. Cutler chips out towards Stapley, but he keeps the puck as Hoffman got a piece of it. Right side shot is blocked away. Everybody trying to find it. Bocage over to the left side, but the Rush that have the puck. So bouncing off, but Cutler keeps it in. Now it taps off a Rush player, and it goes back to center ice. As Grizzlies will get Stapley off. As Bocage stays on. Wickers crosses center ice, and he'll tap it off the end boards. It goes from one corner to the other. Now far side. Grizzlies trying to get it to Bocage, and it tapped off a Rush skate. Now Rush 2-on-2 crosses center ice. Nelson, high slot. Shot is blocked by Semick. And it goes back towards Bocage, who skates around Utah's net. About 8 minutes left in the third. Bocage ahead. It bounced off of Burke's stick on a very hot pass. Burke near corner. Tries to get around Rydell. Burke throws to the right side. Goes to Sandelin. Shot goes wide. Sandelin had a good look. Now Semick, left point. Fires the lefty shot. And a save by Murphy after the whistle. Gorley and Burke exchange a couple pushes. Gorley doing a dance in front of Burke. I don't know what that was from Gorley. He just kind of shimmy shaked back and forth, I guess, imitating Burke. I don't even know. Like Gorley was doing a dance there. That was, who knows what the reasoning behind the dance was. Looked like you had thought, I don't know, he thought that Burke had done something there. That was a fun one. That got some of the Maverik Center crowd chuckling. Not as much as Grisby burning his own flag before the game. I don't want to start thinking about it because I'll start cracking up. Rush won the draw. Nelson crosses center ice, but loses it. Grizzlies 2-on-1. Burke skates down the middle. He stops over the line. Gets to Sandlin. Center pass. Shot. And a score! Grizzlies scores! Murphy tried to find it. It's in the back of his net as Ryan Sandlin gets the second of the game. And the Grizzlies are taking a 5-3 lead. Oh, and check this Grizzlies magic directly in my veins as Ryan Sandlin comes up big. Oh, Sandlin laughing with Mayhew as Grizzlies working on the transition game. Burke got to Sandlin. Sandlin went 5-hole. Murphy tried to find it, and it just trickled past the goal line. He couldn't find it, and before you knew it, it was in the back of his net. Great pass by Nathan Burke. Burke's effort here tonight contributes to a point as Nathan Burke's effort, especially over the last couple shifts, has really made a big difference. So it's the Grizzlies 5 and the Rush 3 as Ryan Sandlin now has 2 goals tonight. And the Rush throw it into the Grizzlies zone, but Mayhew bouncing off the linesman. Aragon will flip it ahead. Yamamoto crosses center ice. 7.5 minutes left. Yamamoto steps over the line. Now the Rush get it back towards Yamamoto. He couldn't get it. Aragon gets pushed by Bennett. Bennett trying to poke it away. Goes to Fitz. As Grizzlies looking for some more insurance. Mayhew ahead to Penner. Rush get a stick in the way as Yamamoto will backhand it over Aragon. Aragon got a glove in on it. Bennett with a backhand shot that goes wide. Now around the net, Rapid City. Skate towards the near side. They get to the right side. Shot by Martin goes over Miner's glove and out and stays in play as it ricochets off the glass. Martin gets it back in the right side. He gets around Aragon. Gets up top to Bennett. They'll fire towards the net. It goes wide. As the puck goes back to Rapid City. Sharp angled shot hits a stick and stays in play off the near boards. Martin tries to get around Aragon as he skates towards his left. Martin now on the left point. He backhands to the corner and rolls along the wall. As Mayhew chases after it, he collides with Coella. As Fitz will backhand it to center ice. Goes back to Rapid City. As Rush throw it ahead for Bennett. It bounced off of the referee. As Berg neutralized, trying to throw it to center. Rush took it away. Rapid City's Jimmy Soper skates to the left circle. He'll fire it on net and it goes wide. He was probably looking for a pass as much as a shot. Gorley gets it across. Parody centers it. Righty shot goes wide. That was taken by Simon Boyko in his second game of the Rush. Up ahead to Dylan Fitz, who crosses center ice. Fitz gains the red line and wraps it around the wall. Berg has to tap off his skate. Goes to Bennett, who tries to throw it out. Teixeira keeps it in. Wickers hustles and gets it. He skates towards the left circle. He feeds it to the right side for Berg. Berg out in front. Rush get a stick in the way. Goes back towards Berg, who slices it along the far side. Sandlin on hat trick watch. He's got 2 tonight. Across to Teixeira. Teixeira back to the right side. One-timer. Saved by Murphy as Berg had a good look. Sandlin fires towards the net. It goes wide. As Wickers, less than 6 minutes left. We'll throw it towards Sandlin. Sandlin gets held up in the corner. Now Berg gets dragged down. Wickers is hurt. He is limping towards the bench. As Wickers will get looked at by Colin Lee, the Grizzlies trainer. Grizzlies still in the attack zone. Berg, high slot, lefty shot. Saved by Murphy. He bobbles but holds on. 5:19 left in the third. Grizzlies lead 5-3. And we'll come back and find out how this one ends in 1 minute. Ryan Sandlin gave the Grizzlies a 5-3 lead with Nathan Burke and Cole Gallant getting the assist. Time of goal 12:21 into the third period. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
Grizzlies 5 and the Rush 3. Well, I'd hate to be the guy that has to pick the 3 stars of the game, as it looks like that's going to be a tough test, as there's been a lot of key contributors to the Grizzlies. Rapid City looking for a comeback, but the Grizzlies have a 2-goal lead. Josh Wesley has 1 goal and 2 assists. Aaron Aragon has 2 goals. And Ryan Sandlin also with 2 goals. Drozgame in the far circle of the Rush zone. Rapid City has taken 46 shots. Grizzlies have 36. As the Rush win the draw, they skate from left to right. They cross center ice, down by 2. Rush step over the line. They try to center it out in front to Aliardi. Gets cut off by Mayhew. Fans starting the wave here at Maverik Center as Rapid City gets it ahead. Rydell will backhand it in. Puck got air under it. Miner behind his net. 5 minutes left in the third. He'll tap it to the far side. As Wesley over to Stapley. He has a glance off his stick, but he's in Grizzlies territory, so it's going to be icing on Utah. And the whistle blows with 4 minutes and 52 seconds left in the third. As the wave continues to roll around here at Maverik Center. I saw the wave there at Coors Field this past season, and that was a lot of fun seeing the wave there, especially when you get a full crowd like this. It's one of those, the wave looks a lot more impressive when you got a sellout crowd as opposed to just kind of fans scattered around. As the wave's coming back towards section 114. Rapid City wins the draw. Martin over towards Nelson. Left wing. Righty shot is blocked away by Stapley's stick. Goes to Aliardi. Now up top to Martin. He fumbles the puck. Grizzlies. Bocage has it lifted in the air. Now he gets it back 3-on-2. Bocage over to Cutler. Cutler with the lefty shot. He scores! And this baby's in the refrigerator as Brandon Cutler gets his 16th of the year. And Utah's taking a 6-3 lead. Like Grizzlies had an odd-man break with their best forward line. Bocage got it to Cutler down the middle, and Cutler put it away. It went past Connor Murphy as the Grizzlies have been rolling offensively. You talk about it being winning time. It was tied at 3 going into the third period. Remember, Rapid City had a 3-2 lead after scoring shorthanded as Cutler went glove side right over Connor Murphy. 4 unanswered by the Grizzlies. Josh Wesley late in the second period. Aaron Aragon, Ryan Sandlin, and now Brandon Cutler here in the third. 4.5 minutes left in the third. Utah leads 6-3. We might have to have Max here for every game if he's going to be this kind of luck. Miner over towards Burke. As he throws to the center ice, goes back to Yamamoto. As Yamamoto back in his own end will toss it ahead. It bounced off of Burke at center ice. Burke will throw it back to Jacob Semick. Semick over towards Burke. Across to Teixeira near the Grizzlies bench. They'll move it ahead to Stapley, who steps over the line. Stapley fires towards the net, saved by Murphy. As Radomski had started 6 games in a row, but it's been Murphy this series. Wonder if Radomski's healthy. Rink-wide pass doesn't connect, and it's going to be icing on the Rush. 3:54 and counting left in the third. Right now it looks like, based on the paper I got, the Bocage got the only assist on the Cutler goal, 15:28 in. That is Utah's 6th of the night. As Grizzlies offensively have been on a roll. And Utah has played good hockey as of late. Remember, 8-3 over the last 13 games coming into play tonight. And this has been a beautiful, full performance. Probably the best game that we've seen all year aesthetically wise. It's really been a fun game. Rapid City wins the draw. They'll lift it high into the air. It's gloved by Teixeira at center ice and rolls to Semick in the Grizzlies zone. Semick will bounce it off of Koala. Action in the Grizzlies zone. Rush, far circle, get it down the middle. Shot by Koala is blocked by Aragon, who waves his wrist back and forth. Looks like he's hurt a little bit, but stays in there. Right side, Hoffman glides it across. Helgeson, left side, fires lefty shot. That's blocked by Penner as Teixeira moves ahead to Aragon, who crosses center ice. Aragon on hat trick watch with 2 tonight. So throw it in. He'll get off the ice. Grizzlies make a full line change. It's kind of like Wednesday night. Just about everybody's contributing to the attack, and it's even more so here tonight. Ahead to center ice. Gravel gets it. He'll skate towards the left circle. Take a shot that goes wide as he was looking for a second of the night in about the same spot. Aliardi fires it high off the glass as the puck lifted on him. 3:05 left in the third, and the Grizzlies have this one on ice. They're up 6-3. Same teams tomorrow night. And it does look like Bocage got the only assist on the Cutler goal, 15-28 in. So 4 unanswered for the Grizzlies after Rapid City led 3-2 late in the second period. You're going to have a guy that's got an outstanding performance not get a star tonight. That's how good the Grizzlies have been. And I'd hate to be the person that has to pick that. Berg carries it across center ice. Rapid City gets it back. Parody has it glide off his stick. It goes deeper into the rush zone. Some fans trying to beat traffic and head for the exits. As Rapid City skating from left to right here in the period as they move it ahead as a rush. Will slide it off the boards for Parody near side. Parody gets around Mayhew and chases after it as Parody with Wesley. Both guys don't collide, but they get near the puck. Starting pass out in front, and Rapid City Boyko couldn't get a shot off. Now right point, righty shot goes wide, taken by Martin. Rush left side, fires toward the corner. Martin near side, looking for redirection as it go wide as he was looking for Soper's stick. Rush throw it towards the near wall. Martin centers it and bounces off the Soper now up top, right side. Boyko, shots blocked by Sandelin as Berg. 2:10 left in the third. Throws it across to Sandelin. Sandelin moves it ahead as Soper tried to light up Sandelin but missed. Sandelin pushes Soper. Now right side, Boyko with a shot and saved by Minor in the butterfly position. Rapid City skates around their net. There's a rush. Rydell looked to center it, bounced off of Wesley. And now the rush. Tried to slide it towards the net to Jimmy Soper. As now the puck goes back towards Stapley. And we get a whistle. I think we got a penalty as Soper's laying. Now he gets back to his feet as he was on 2 knees about 10 feet in front of Minor. And a penalty is going to be called on Jacob Semick. So Semick goes to the box. It's 6-3 Grizzlies. 1 minute, 42 seconds left. Ryan Sandelin and Aaron Aragon each have 2 goals. Sandelin's a +2. Josh Wesley, 1 goal and 2 assists and a +3. Kyle Mayhew doesn't have a point tonight, but he's a +4 for the Grizzlies. As the draw is going to be in the near circle. And it goes to Mayhew after Utah wins it. He saucers it over Rapid City's head, and in particular, number 77, Hardy, as a rush. Back towards Yamamoto. He gets to center ice. He crossed the red line. Now glide it towards his left. Passes wide of the mark, looking for Gravel. Gallant tried to throw it out. Stays in. Charles Martin, right side. Fires towards the net. It goes wide. Yamamoto, left side. He's being shadowed by Messner. Yamamoto skates towards the corner. Stops before he gets there. He feeds it up top. Now Nelson, right side. Will direct it to the middle. Martin with a righty shot kick saved by Minor. Rebound goes to Gallant, and he'll fire it towards the other end of the ice. With it being a 3-goal game, Murphy's still in there as there's 1 minute left in the third. The Grizzlies fans start to head to their feet. It's been an outstanding performance by Ryan Kanaswich's crew here tonight. As a rush, back in their own end, Aliardi will race across center ice right wing. He'll step over the line. Teixeira delivers a hit blow. As Aliardi rolls it along the wall. Sandelin gets it. He throws it out. As a rush, 34 seconds left. Fans excited here tonight. They've had a lot to cheer for. Looks like a great crowd tonight and a better crowd maybe tomorrow. Pass the right side for Bennett. He'll glide slowly towards the corner. Now he gets it up top to Gorley. He glides towards his left. Now back to Bennett. Right side. Now over to Gorley. He's in the high slot. Back to Bennett, who's got 16 goals this year. Over to Gorley. He'll fire towards the net. Saved by Minor. And the puck's still in play. Grizzlies get it. Nathan Burke clears it out. 10 seconds left. Gorley will chase after it. The fans get to their feet. What a performance by the Grizzlies tonight. As it was a 3-2 Rapid City lead. Grizzlies scored 4 unanswered. That will do it. Grizzlies win. Grizzlies won 6-3, and there was no doubt about it. As Ryan Sandelin and Aaron Aragon each had 2 goals. Josh Wesley had 1 goal and 2 assists, and Trent Miner was outstanding in net. He stopped 45 of 48. As the Grizzlies have won the first 2 games of this series, they have now won 3 in a row. As Grisby did get a new flag that he's waving, and he's going to walk towards center ice. As the Grizzlies are victorious tonight. What a win for Ryan Kanasowicz's crew. They are 8-5 over their last 13 games. And what can you say? This is the type of series that can really elevate the Grizzlies here in the start of the second half of the season. The Grizzlies salute their great fans here at Maverik Center, and the fans salute them back. And as the Grizzlies come away with a 6-3 victory, and going into the third period, it was anybody's game, tied at 3 after Josh Wesley scored with about 14 seconds left in the period. And then you're talking about the game being on the line. You're talking about winning time. The Grizzlies came up with the big plays when they mattered the most. Aaron Aragon's goal, 2:11 into the third, turned out to be the game winner. And there was a lot of great performances all around. Dylan Fitz had 2 assists. Gallant and Bocage also with 2 assists. We'll go through all the scoring here in the postgame show, but what an effort by the Grizzlies tonight. Postgame show starts in 30 seconds. Once again, the final score is the Utah Grizzlies 6 and the Rapid City Rush 1. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
The third star of the game is Ryan Sandelin, who had 2 goals. That kind of displays all the great individual performances. 2 goals, and he's the third star. As Sandelin will toss a T-shirt into section 115, or make that 113, which is towards our left. 2 goals tonight. Second star is Aaron Aragon. As Aragon will walk towards the ice holding a T-shirt. Aragon was outstanding tonight. The goal that he scored turned out to be the game winner, as he tossed the shirt into about row 10 of section 102. The number 1 star tonight, the captain, Josh Wesley, is the number 1 star tonight. As Wesley walks on the ice, he was a +3 for the Grizzlies, and all 3 of those pluses were in the third period. So the third period really made the difference for Josh Wesley. In fact, he had 1 goal and 1 assist heading into the third, and he picked up a big assist in the third. As Wesley being interviewed right now by Mary Lou's. Jazz are on the road, so obviously she can make it to the Grizzlies game tonight. And she's turned into a star of her own right. What a fun performance throughout. And really, it was a fun style of hockey. You just can see it by the amount of shots that were taken tonight. I mean, you talk about all the individual performances. Trenton Miner wasn't even one of the 3 stars, despite the fact that he stopped 45 of 48. But how could you leave off either Aragon, Sandelin, or Wesley? That just kind of described the type of night it was for the Grizzlies. Let's go over the scoring in the game. Utah did score first tonight. They are now 12-3 when scoring first. Aaron Aragon got his 8th of the year and 6th in a Grizzlies uniform. Goal was scored 152 in. Tyler Penner and Dylan Fitz got the assists. Rush tied it up at 1:17:02 in as Logan Nelson fired a left wing pass to Brett Gravel, who got around the Grizzlies defense and found himself an open look in the left circle and fired a glove side over Trent Miner. Gravel got his 12th of the year. Nelson and Will Rydell got the assists. 33 seconds later, Utah took a 2-1 lead as Ryan Sandelin got a 2nd of the season, as this is only a 6th game with Utah. Gallant and Wesley got the assist. That gave Utah a 2-1 lead, and that's where it stood after 1 period. Both teams had 14 shots in the first frame. In the second period, Rapid City scored 2 goals earlier in the period. Logan Nelson, 5:32 in with Aliardi getting the assist. And then the Rush scored shorthanded, 16-16 into the second. Rydell's second of the year, Zach Hoffman and Keanu Yamamoto with the assists. And the Rush had a 3-2 lead. Grizzlies tied it up, and really you can't underestimate the importance of the goal late in the second period. Bocage was in the high slot, just kind of wristed it towards the net, and it looked like it bounced off the post, and then Josh Wesley was able to just kind of brush it in as Murphy had the puck behind him, and Wesley put it away at the very end, 1946, and that tied it up at 3, and that's where it stood after 2 periods. Rush outshot the Grizzlies 17-14 in the second. Now in the third period, Rapid City outshot Utah 17-10, meaning Trent Miner made 17 saves in the third period. And for the Grizzlies, they scored 3 goals on 10 shots in the third. The game winner turned out to be Aaron Aragon, 2-11 into the third, with Dylan Fitz and Josh Wesley getting the assists. Ryan Sandlin added some insurance, 12-21 in, with Nathan Burke and Cole Gallant getting the assist. Then Brandon Cutler completed the scoring as the assist went to Alex Bocage, as Bocage made the play, skated to the right side, centered it to Cutler, and then Cutler fired it past Connor Murphy, and the Grizzlies were able to hold on from there. Some great individual performances. Now, Kyle Mayhew didn't have a point tonight, but he was a +4 for Utah. Sandlin and Aragon each with 2 goals, Wesley with 1 goal and 2 assists. Sandlin was a +2. Gallant and Bocage each had 2 assists. For Rapid City, they had good individual performances by Will Rydell and Logan Nelson. Each guy had 1 goal and 1 assist. And even though the Rush outshot the Grizzlies 48-38, it was a Grizzlies victory, and really a well-earned victory for the Grizzlies. You think about being a perfect 6-for-6 on the penalty kill this past Saturday. They were 1-for-1 on the penalty kill on Wednesday, and they were 4-for-4 here tonight. So over the last 3 games, the Grizzlies' penalty kill is 11-for-11. Utah was 0-for-2 on the power play, but it didn't really matter as the Grizzlies really dominated the action 5-on-5. And it was interesting to see both teams use the transition game and both teams utilizing their speed. It was partly what made it such a fun game to watch was how both teams utilized their speed to their advantage to, really turn defense into offense just like that. And because of that, it was really refreshing to see and really was a fun style to watch. It's kind of interesting to think about the different styles that we saw from Wednesday to Friday. And I'm really curious to see what the adjustments Scott Burt and Ryan Knaswich try to make from tonight's game over towards Saturday as well. So, and we'll see how it goes tomorrow. All we know is the Grizzlies came away with the win here tonight, 6-3, as they've now won 3 in a row. And I think if I remember right, they are now 9-5 in their last 14 games. So hats off to the Grizzlies, who put together an outstanding third period, including that goal late in the second period, 4 unanswered. So, it's just one of those nights where the Grizzlies really played well, and they've done a great job climbing back into the standings. The record is now 17-22 on the year. With the loss, Rapid City has now lost 4 in a row, and they are 17-21-2 on the season. A lot of fans over at Center Ice, a lot of groups here at Maverik Center. And I think we're going to see a ton of groups here tomorrow as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure to get your tickets for tomorrow's game while they're still available at UtahGrizzlies.com. The attendance tonight, 8,572, which is considered a sellout. So I think it's the first sellout of the season. And after tomorrow, it's possibly going to be back-to-back sellouts. Remember, the Grizzlies have had just about 6,400 fans per game over the last 6 home games coming into play tonight. It only adds to that here this evening. So you're talking about a renaissance of hockey here in the state of Utah. And for the Grizzlies, they've really taken advantage as hockey in general has really taken a boom, as it's a great era for hockey. The NHL's certainly been a hot product as of late, and the Grizzlies product's been hot all season. Grizzlies have done a great job here at Maverik Center. They are now 13-6 at home this season. So Grizzlies once again protecting home ice. They have now won 5 in a row here at home. Remember the last homestand, which seemed to be so long ago. It actually was in 2023, so we can say it was last season, or last year at least. They won a 3-game series against Tulsa, and they've won the first 2 here in this series. It's big because the Grizzlies will be back on the road for a 4-game trip next week. 4 games in 6 days. One against Kansas City and 3 against the Tulsa Oilers. Grisby got a new flag I see during the game as his burned in flames as he was coming out of the far corner when the Grizzlies starters are being announced. Well, when we come back, we'll talk with Tim Broussard to get his thoughts on what he saw as the Grizzlies came through when they needed it the most. Final score here from Maverik Center. It's the Grizzlies 6 and the Rush 3. This is Utah Grizzlies hockey presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice, more amazing food, more value, from huge breakfasts to delicious lunches and hearty dinners. Black Bear Diner has more for you. So get more when you want it, the way you want it, and get it today.
Good old-fashioned family food, Black Bear Diner. Black Bear Diner.
Well, back at Maverik Center, the Grizzlies won 6-3 in front of a sellout crowd of 8,572. Tim, how about that third period? It just seemed like everything was working for Utah. And even though Rapid City had 17 shots in the frame, Trent Miner was at his best when they needed it the most.
Absolutely. How about 4 goals unanswered when you need it the most? You know, everybody stepping up. The shot count in this one, I think, was irrelevant because Rapid City's, system, they wanted to gain the line, get a shot. If they got a rebound, great, which isn't going to happen against Trent Miner. But they wanted offensive zone faceoffs, but they weren't winning them. But they stayed with that system, and honestly, they paid for it.
Faceoffs are pretty close to even tonight. In fact, I think after the game, Rapid City ended up with an advantage of 1, but it seemed like the big ones were either won by the Grizzlies or Rapid City won the draw, but they couldn't really do anything immediately with it.
Absolutely, and a lot of it had to do. I got to spend the third period down on the end. It was accounting for the man away from the puck. So everybody had a Grizzlies drape over a Rapid City jersey and guys looking away from the puck. So the puck's somewhere else, but they're looking over their shoulder. Who am I going to pick up on this man? So when it came to the faceoff or any type of offensive threat that Rapid City was presenting, the man was accounted for, and they really didn't have anywhere to pass. Transition game led to a lot of the Grizzlies' goals tonight. Yeah, and odd man breaks again, and then over here, odd man break again. Cutler goal. It was awesome. Rapid City kept conceding the pressure that they were going to be able to generate for an odd man break against, and Grizzlies were able to time and time again make them pay for that type of pressure. And because the passing was so good, they're able to generate it, the offense because of that, and they were able to really, put a lot of pressure on Rapid City, and the passes meant something. They were key passes, and they led to goals. Exactly. And the transition tonight was so quick and decisive. And it wasn't just necessarily how crisp and sharp the passes were. It was the decision on who to get it to, who was moving, who had a little bit of space and time on their man, or where was a mismatch on the personnel between a wing and a D, and the wing had the angle. It was impressive in the reads. And it wasn't perfect by any means, but darn it was really, really good. And to be quite frank, Connor Murphy, the Rapid City goaltender, left a lot of second chances there for the Grizzlies. And Utah really did a good job getting guys cutting in front of the net to take advantage when those rebounds were there. Yeah, I thought he struggled. I thought he was a little bit passive on taking away that angle. He played back a little bit, especially on odd man breaks, which is to be understood, right? You're outmanned, so you're going to, be prepared for that pass. But I think that costed him, and especially the one that trickled in. He thought he had it and pinched off and stuff. Well, had he been out another foot or so, he would have had that much more time on that trickler that went in. But because he was playing so passive and essentially playing on the red line, I think when he actually turned sideways, he actually kicked it in. He had a lot of chances, though, where it just looked like it went towards him, and then he had a tough time locating it. Right. And that's the body. Now, okay, number one, some of the shots that were coming in were hot and heavy. And so for anybody to handle them cleanly, that's a tall order. On top of that, he was struggling with even some of the traffic in front. It didn't take a lot, Rapid City obviously made it a focus with Trent Miner buzzing, buzzing the goal. They kept buzzing right down his neck, making sure he wasn't comfortable in his own crease. But we didn't even have to do that on Murphy, and he was struggling to hold it or direct or do something with that rebound other than put it right back out in front.
It's interesting. Sometimes adjustments get made and they're so subtle you don't even notice it. But here it seemed like the adjustments were so obvious that chess match between Scott Burt and Ryan Kanasowicz, the two coaches, were so obvious that you could just see the chess match playing out from period to period.
That was fun just to see what adjustments we're going to make. Throughout the second period and the early third, Scott Burt had made it a focus. Okay, well, if they're only going to give us the wings and the outside, then let's exploit that. And they started getting some success bringing it up through the neutral zone on the edges. And so the Grizzlies countered with that, with the guys playing up a little bit high, challenging high on that blue line, then backing off and bringing the centerman back to cover, and then go back into, what we were essentially man coverage down low, where everybody was accounted for that was coming through the zone. It was a lot of fun to watch. And either one of them, had poker faces on. Yep. They weren't going to look at each other like I got you or whatever. They both did the
make for a pretty good statue, though.
Yeah. Is that the Ryan Kanasowicz statue that'll go out in front?
It depends on if it's Ryan Kanasowicz, the player, or the coach. Both guys were great players in their own right, but it'd be that kind of hand on chin kind of thing, a little bit pondering.
Well, whatever it was, he was dialed into Scott Burt, and Scott Burt wasn't going to make. He didn't seem like he was going to make a change from his preference. The same preference for last night: gain the line, shoot it, possibly get an offensive zone face-off, and then worst case, get it behind the net and then immediately chip it back out in front. The entire top part of the offensive zone was open for passing, yet Rapid City decided to go ahead and push the luck and either shoot it immediately or try to get it behind the net and back out, in which case Trent Miner was just absolutely incredible.
The game of hockey is in a great place. Looks like the NHL is on a renaissance, and everybody's excited. And TV ratings are pretty good, and it seems like the NHL is in a good spot. And here at Maverik Center, you're talking about close to 7,000 fans on average over the last 7 games. And I'm not referring to the news earlier this week, but it seems like a bit of a hockey renaissance here in the Salt Lake Valley.
Right. How nice is that we actually get hockey attendance out like it should be? We haven't seen numbers like this post-COVID yet. Us who had to live through, you're only allowed 1,200 people in the building, and the place looked, just morbidly, empty, and you left a little hole in your heart and all that. But to see the fans out, and we're doing the wave over here on press row, and
I made sure to get my arms up.
Absolutely. How fun is that? So, thanks to all the fans and everybody in the parking lot right now is like, oh gosh, was it worth it? I got to get through all this traffic. Thank you to every single one of you who are out there listening and that came to the game, and just thank you so very much. Everybody appreciates you.
We need to get to the bottom of this story. Now, last season, Guy and I, we heard a big belch behind us, and we laughed uncontrollably for 2 minutes. Sad thing that happened again tonight. Grizzlies coming out. They had these flames that were going to shoot out as the Grizzlies were entering the ice. Grizzly comes out.
This is why I had to turn away. Tyson is sitting there busting up, and I had to turn away from press row, so I wasn't looking at him. And I'm like, I can't even look at you right now with a straight face.
His flag caught fire.
We're going to have to go to commercial.
We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice. More.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Well, Grisby's flag caught fire. It started burning. You had no clue. Wednesday night, Grisby took a spill at neutral ice.
Right.
And then he came out. Flames were firing. And his flag caught fire. Now, he got a new flag there at the end of the game he was able to wave. But
it was the expression on his face. And it was just like this whole dumbfounded befuddlement.
Absolutely no clue that there was flames there.
Oh, shoot. Well, you know what? One of those things that'll live in infamy, right? In
That's
Grizzlies
right.
history, that can't unhappen. It existed, and we can put that in the annals of time. And we were there, right?
We were there. It's like you can't make this stuff up. Like, what a crazy day. It's always a crazy day here at Maverik Center. It started with coming into the office, and all of a sudden, one of our ticket guys, Cam Levy, is holding this big frame of Goose Gossage. And I'm thinking, okay, that's Goose Gossage. He's like, look at this thing. I'm thinking, where'd you get it? He went to an auction. He went to it's kind of a banquet type of thing. I guess Rudy Rudiger spoke. I think it was Sons of Baseball, and they're auctioning stuff off. The first thing that was going to be auctioned off is this framed picture of Goose Gossage that was signed. The bidding was going to start at $500. Cam Levy thought that there was going to be I don't know if he's been to too many auctions, so he thought that there was going to be 15 people bidding. So he decided to get the bidding started. He didn't want the thing. He just thought, okay, well, I'm just going to get it started so I can say I made a bid. So he bids $300. And he's looking around thinking, okay, who's going to bid $325? I got it rolling. Nobody else made a bid. He ended up with the Goose Gossage frame that I'm not sure he wanted. Now, his girlfriend is a Red Sox fan.
Well, that'll go over well.
Well, the problem is Gossage played with a lot of teams, but they got him in a Yankee uniform. So she saw that and said, no, you can't take that home. She was upset at the purchase to begin with, concerned, okay, you spent $300 on this Goose Gossage frame that, it was pretty nice. Like, it's a good picture, and Goose Gossage is an outstanding pitcher, Hall of Famer. He's one of those closers that would go 2 or 3 innings. He wouldn't just be a 1-inning guy. But now we got Goose Gossage in the office right now. So we got $300 to spare. Let's get Cam off the hook here. $300 Goose Gossage autographed frame. It's a pretty nice looking picture. I got to say one thing though. We won one for Goose tonight. That's the thing. We made sure to rub his face there, and we won this one for Goose.
He's got the Fu Manchu going on, and between him and our good luck charm, Max up here, Max Brown, that was up
Absolutely.
on press row. Oh my gosh! I mean, we were destined to win this one.
I don't understand. I mean, the Grizzlies flag going to flames. I don't know why it was that funny, but it got me cracking up pregame, and it really got us cracked up here in the postgame show.
It's a thing now.
Something's going to happen to Grisby tomorrow. I'm not sure what it is. Wednesday he takes a spill at neutral ice, tripped over himself, and then his flag caught fire tonight. Who knows what tomorrow's going to bring?
That means you guys got to get here. If you don't already have your tickets, like Tyson mentioned before, it's going to be a sellout. So get your tickets now if they have any walk-up ones left. But it's going to be an absolute riot. Grizzlies are going for the sweep, a 3-game sweep, a divisional opponent. And we need these points very desperately. Your team needs you. Get out here and cheer and scream and yell and holler. We encourage the ref to make the right call.
That's all it is. It's just an encouragement.
We're just encouraging them.
Well, we had a fun night here. What can we say? Let's go eat some food.
Let's do it.
Well, we had a lot of fun here at Maverik Center. And the good thing is Grisby did get a replacement flag. I'd like to see the one that burnt to see what kind of damage was done to the thing. Luckily, it didn't get the ice any bit, but they did decide to shoot flames. The Grizzlies were coming out and caught Grisby by surprise.
We need to have that enshrined down into our press row or
absolutely
your office, one of the two.
Right next to the Goose Gossage frame.
Absolutely.
Well, Grizzlies go for the sweep tomorrow as they got a big 6-3 victory, scoring 4 unanswered over the final 20 minutes and 14 seconds of regulation. The game lasted 2 hours and 32 minutes and in front of a sellout crowd of 8,572. Aaron Aragon and Ryan Sandelin each had 2 goals. Josh Wesley had 1 goal and 2 assists. and Trent Miner stopped 45 of 48. Next broadcast of Grizzlies hockey will be on Saturday night, 6:50 pregame show, 7:10 face-off. For Max Brown and Tim Broussard, I'm Tyson Whiting, and it is what it is.